Awesome. Okay, so as I was saying, please, everyone, change your display name to your character names, and we'll go over a short introduction of who your characters are.
Well, who do you want to go first? Shall I volunteer?
Sure, go ahead. Tell us a little bit about Jar.
Jar was once a human, a noble human born into a noble family that has committed fairly dark deeds in getting to their possession of privilege. When her father was doing one of the many rituals involved in keeping their dark secrets hidden, the demon he was making a pact with stretched a little too far, and in an explosion of elemental fury, she was caught in the blast and became a fire genasi, for which she has hated her father for since. She learned magic at a very young age, being a highly intelligent individual, and has since left her noble house to make a name for herself and prove to her father that she's better than him, pretty much. That's Jar in a summary.
All right. Let's go to Afrawalk, if I've said that right.
All right. So he was a farmer when he was a boy, and he developed a lot of muscle and physical abilities as he worked on the field, and well, his father had always wanted to be an adventurer, but he couldn't because he had to keep the family. Sadly, what was Ofrawap's mother died when he was around 15, and his father entered into a deep depression, and he became an alcoholic and beat his son. That's me, of course. And eventually, the father finally died when I decided I had enough, and I took a a rake. And when he was sleeping, I beat him to death. And ever since then, I sold the farm, got my equipment with that money, and set out to adventure.
All right. Interesting dark backstory. Jeeves.
Well, my name is Jeeves. A ranger for hire. Same. I grew up in the forest. My family was always by themselves, and I was taught by my father how to hunt, use the bow, and then later on, I felt that I needed more money. So I told my father I was going to go to a city and apply to be actual, maybe a bounty hunter. So right now I'm trying to go to the city to learn to be a bounty hunter using my bow skills.
All right. Cool. Let's hear a little bit about Reed.
Reed is a halfling rogue. Let's see. He's from a small community, like hidden within a forest of halflings. But as a child, he never felt like he fit in with them, so he ran away, and somehow wound up in a big city where he became where he's a criminal and he's a thief.
Right. Okay. What about Dimly?
Dimly is a noble dwarf trained as a knight, and his goal is to avenge his family, which was murdered by dragons in his mountain mine.
Okay. And what has brought Dimly to work here in Huddersfield today?
He is just an adventuring type. He heard there's some rumors of dragons in the area, and wanted to check it out.
Okay. Because as you all know, this time of year, Huddersfield is the place to be. This is where the famous fall fair happens. There's all sorts of activities going on, competitions. There's stalls where people buy things. There's a market. And you have been asked by the one town guard that Huddersfield normally has, because outside of the famous fall fair, it's a really sleepy town where not much happens, on the edge of a big dark forest. You've been asked by the one town guard to kind of blend in with the other fairgoers and keep an eye out for anything that goes wrong, and otherwise just enjoy yourself and step in if necessary.
The fiery nature of my being makes it quite difficult to blend into any crowd.
Yeah. Jar definitely stands out. No one actually has seen a fire ganassi here before. Maybe some people kind of give you a wide berth because they think that they're gonna burn themselves if they come too close.
Certainly a reasonable assumption. Just for the people who don't know what fire, because I don't think they can see my picture there, what she looks like. Basically, fire ganassi are all about fire. Their hair is lit bright red, her eyes are red, her skin is red. Well, not in this, her skin is actually ash grey. And you can tell by the way the quality of her clothing is very, very good.
Yes. I've put the picture up on the map for everyone to see.
She's about 4'10". She's tiny as well.
Okay.
I also have a question. Can I treat her like a drift globe?
You can try.
I don't know what a drift globe is.
It's a magical item that produces light.
You can, certainly. I constantly make fire appear in my hand and then quench it out and pop into existence and quench it out again.
No, like in a dungeon, basically, can I treat her as a source of light?
Definitely.
Okay.
She produces light constantly.
I also took the light spell just for you guys.
So there is all sorts of things going on in the town at the moment. There's stalls that you can check out and crowds to mingle in. There's competitions. There's a wrestling competition. There's an archery competition. There's a dance taking place. There's a turtle race. And I think that every one of you wants to kind of embed themselves into one of these activities. I mean, multiple people can do the same thing, of course. But I'm just going to go down the line and see where everyone is kind of working their way into the fair. And we'll start with Offerwalk.
Well, as soon as I realize there is a wrestle competition, I sign up.
All right. Offerwalk, you sign up for the wrestling competition. Ja, where are you going to go?
Well, I'm very inquisitive about the nature of a turtle race. That sounds awful like a oxymoron there, so I head over there.
All right. Ja, you go to check out the turtle race. Do you want to actually participate or just sit on the sidelines and watch?
Can I be a turtle and race? I'm confused.
You can't be a turtle, but you can try to persuade a turtle to race.
Oh, it's that kind of... Yes, I'd love to do that. Go ahead. Actually, hold on,
Alright.
let me check my spells. Yeah, I'll give it a shot. Is there a cost? Can I bet on this?
There might be people betting on it, but there's also a prize for winning.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, I'll go ahead then.
Jeeves, where are you gonna go?
Is there some sort of shooting gallery or?
There is an archery competition, if you want to take part in that.
Definitely that event.
All right, cool. Reed, where are you heading off to?
I am going to stay in the shadows and mark people who look like they're rich.
Okay. That is definitely something you can do. There's a lot of crowds. Dimly.
Of course, being a dwarf, I have to head to the local drinking establishment.
Yeah, okay. You just go to the tavern and sample the local spirits. All right, let's go down the line again, now that we know what everybody's doing. Offerwalk, you were going to go wrestling, right?
Yeah.
The wrestling is set up in kind of a single elimination tournament where you wrestle 3 people if you make it all the way to the finals. and once you beat your third, you will win a beautiful prize. There's a big belt on display that you can win. So go ahead and roll me your athletics skill to see how you do in your first round of wrestling.
Right. Oh wait, no, that's performance. Sorry.
Luckily for you, that is the wrong skill. So your first opponent, it is a close match. He doesn't seem that strong, but he's got wrestling technique, and the match goes on for a long time, seemingly without either of you managing to floor the first. Let's see who is able to last longer. Give me a Constitution save to see if you're able to outlast your opponent in this tie. All right. You are just able to wrestle your first opponent to the ground. It's a long match and it draws a big crowd, but eventually you manage to get through the first round. In the second round, though, there's a rather wiry-looking elf that seems ready to take you on. Give me an athletics roll for your second round, your semi-final.
Can I try to like intimidate him first, or?
Yeah, you can if you want to. See if you can get an edge with your intimidation. All right, yeah. Let me roll to see if he is affected by that at all. Definitely. How are you intimidating him?
I thrust forward with my hips and I shout, "Come get some of this, little girl."
Yeah. His expression hardens, and he seems like more determined to just go straight at you now than before. He seemed like he wanted to play with you, but now he just seems determined to fight a straight-up wrestling match.
Right.
Roll me
Athletics,
that
right?
athletics. See how you do. Okay. Well, that is a result he cannot beat. And he doesn't. You easily floor the wiry elf. He was completely knocked off his game by your intimidation. In your final round, you face a big, muscular half-orc. His name is Boris, and he seems like he's won his fair share of wrestling matches.
Right. I'll just charge at him. I don't think it's wise to anger him.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Just give me your straight-up athletics then. And we'll see how you do against Boris. Okay. Yeah, you managed to get the upper hand against Boris. No problem. You floor all three of your opponents in a different style each time, it seems. And you are crowned the winner of the wrestling competition. You're handed a beautiful belt that has gold emblazoned all over it. And you get a kiss from one of the prettiest girls in town.
Awesome.
Let's see how Jar is doing at the turtle race.
So one thing I want to know, what are the rules of this race, and where are the turtles located in reference to the rest of the people?
All right. So here's how the turtle race works. There's a circular arena set up. In the middle, there's a basket, and inside the basket are several turtles that are each marked with a color. You are not allowed to enter into the circle, and the first turtle to walk out of the circle is the winner. Okay.
And at this point, by the way, I just forgot we haven't determined my familiar. Just happens to be a turtle. No, I'm joking. It's a salamander. Now, these turtles, they've participated in this race before, yeah?
Sorry? Yes.
So
the turtles are all experienced turtle races.
So you would say that they're probably able to understand if I was like cheering them on and stuff, and
Yeah, definitely.
Great.
That is how most people seem to get their turtle to move, is like yelling at them to get them to get a move on, or some make cooing noises to get them to come to them, because it doesn't matter what direction the turtle goes, whether they go away from you or towards you, as long as they cross outside of the circle.
Well, I'm very confident in my ability to manage this, and I touch my spell book there, and yeah, I'd like to race.
Okay. How are you going to use your spellbook in this race?
What I do is so I whisper under my breath, and my hand reaches in my component pouch and melts up a snake's tongue and a bit of honeycomb, and I cast suggestion, empowering my words, which the turtle understands, which I clarified beforehand, to tell him to come towards me.
I mean, it's not necessarily that the turtle actually speaks common.
No, that wasn't what I asked, though, was it? That's not what it says, is it? It just says you understand my. But if it doesn't work, that's fine.
Right.
But that's what I try to do.
Okay.
I empower
Alright,
my voice.
I'll roll
with my
a wisdom saving throw to see if you affect the turtle.
Okay, the DC. Oh, sorry, I didn't include the DC. I'll just
I
get
think
that
he
for you.
passes.
Yeah. Try.
Alright. Your magic failing, your turtle doesn't walk as fast as the others. And
Well, I'm still using my normal voice. So did I get my
okay,
normal voice?
you still want to get him to normally... Are you like trying to persuade him to come to you? Or?
Yeah, I'm trying to persuade him to come towards me. Certainly. Come
All
to
right.
the fire, turtle, where you'll be eaten.
Okay, roll me a persuasion on the turtle.
So yeah, I was basically trying to say the words, but have the suggestion power my voice.
Right.
Oh, can I get inspiration?
No, sorry. If you had succeeded in your suggestion, then yes. But
Curses. That's a second level spell slot gone. Oh, there's no fighting.
unfortunately, some of the other contestants are much better. And their turtles cross the line before yours.
I look around suspiciously. I blame this clearly on my father. He's meddling with my affairs, trying to make me look like an imbecile.
Clearly. Jeeves, you are going to the archery competition, right?
Yes, I am.
All right. Why don't you roll me an attack roll? The archery competition works as follows. There's 8 people, they shoot at a target, then the target moves a little further, and the 4 people who shot the best in the first round get to shoot again. And then the 2 people who shoot best in the second round shoot for the final round. So roll me a roll to hit. With your 2-hit modifier, which is probably really high. Oh, you rolled a 3. Okay. All right. So a bunch of other people are going to take their shots, and all you have to do is be in the best half, which you are.
That's amazing.
Those rolls, what a disaster.
Okay, so yeah, you do end up in the top half of this round with your 11. It's not a great shot, but it's good enough. Sorry, your 10 even. It's still good enough. Seeing as many of the other archers fail terribly. And you move on to the second round. Give me a second shot. All right. Oh wait, I shouldn't have rolled that one. So yeah, these 3 other shots. Actually, you are still in the top half. Despite the fact that you rolled a 1.
So, like, do I just miss it and hit something else and just happen to hit the target?
You
On the side?
You got the closest to the target of the closer than these other 2 people.
Yeah, you missed least of the other people.
You missed the least. Like, there's a hay bale that these targets are stuck into. You hit the hay bale. The other 2 actually missed the hay bale entirely.
I still fist pump.
And now comes the final, where you have to beat a 20 to take the grand prize, which you do. with your first shot that actually lands near the bullseye. Apparently that's enough.
I raised my bow to show everyone how good all my shots were.
Yeah, you get a beautiful quiver that is decorated with like it's covered in a layer of leather that is carved in intricate patterns, and it's got these beautiful goose feathered arrows in it. That is your prize, as well as a kiss from the prettiest girl in town.
Sweet. It's the best day ever in my life.
So
Alright.
is Jar having to like walk all the way over there to kiss them then? How's that work? Get it? Prettiest girl in town? Nailed it.
I don't know. I don't think Jar gets asked these things. Everyone kind of ignores you politely, or not so politely.
Burn them all in hell.
All right, Reed, you're looking for good targets to pickpocket, I assume?
Pretty much.
All right. Give me a perception roll to see if you spot any like, easy to grab coin purses. Okay. Yeah, you see a rather portly man in nice clothing check out a stall full of pumpkin pie. You think that his money pouch is awfully exposed and looks awfully bulging.
Okay, so I'm gonna just nonchalantly walk next to him and go past him, trying to pick his pocket or his money pouch.
Sure. You're trying to just cut his purse?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand roll. All right. Okay. Yeah, that is not too great.
Well, enjoy present.
Now, the thing is, you guys are most of the town guards, seeing as there's only one other town guard.
Well, hold on. So what exactly happened? Did I miscut it so all his coins are over the place, or did he notice me
Yeah, he actually turns unexpectedly in the direction that you are standing as you go to swipe at his purse, and he is surprised and takes a step back, and you actually your knife swipes through the air and doesn't strike his coin purse at all, and he's just like, what guards.
I'll move over, hearing the sound of the call.
Wait, before he does that, can I persuade him as
Tell me what you want to tell him.
you should be very careful. It isn't
Sounds like
safe.
intimidation.
I am the guard.
You're telling him to be very careful?
Yeah, that this isn't a safe place that he thinks it is.
Okay, you are definitely intimidating him.
Okay, my
Roll me an intimidation.
So the 3-foot halfling is trying to intimidate this huge guy.
Yeah, and he's just yelling for the guards. At this point, Jean shows up. Who else shows up at this yelling of for the guards?
I'll
I
get
will
there too.
All right, so everyone shows up except Dimly, who's having a drink.
Merchant, what ails you? Oh, that's not a girly voice. Merchant, what ails you?
This man tried to cut my purse.
This man is a
So-
guard! I turn and look at Reed. Did you cut his purse?
His purse is still there.
Only because I stopped him.
Are you implying that the town guard are not of high enough quality to steal a purse if they didn't want to? If they
I am
intended to?
indeed.
Well, is there a court system in this town? I wave my hand and says, "You shall forget this," and cast suggestion on him. YOLO.
Like, a suggestion only works if it is a reasonable suggestion.
Oh, does it? Okay, never mind. I just wave my hand in there. Just
It's not mind
never
control.
mind. Curse. Well, I think we should hang Reed. I don't really see any recourse.
Maybe he was just trying to show him a lesson on how easy it is for someone to just come up to you and cut your purse.
Was that what you were trying to show him, Reed?
Right, Reed?
Yes.
Now I believe you, merchant, that you have really learned a lesson to be very careful. Isn't the town guard just so wonderful?
Roll me a persuasion on this angle of talking.
Who wants to roll it?
I think it was Jeevus's idea, so he
Yes.
gets the roll. All right, let me see
that minus one.
if his insight is good enough to see through this idea.
Can I aid him?
Yeah, with your aid, you manage to calm the man down. He says, well, I never. I'll take good care of my purse in the future then.
One shouldn't keep it on their belt. Keep it inside your coat.
Yeah, he definitely takes his purse off and puts it inside his coat.
What a lovely coat that is too. Where did you buy that? And I just try and butter him up.
Yeah. You butter him up a little bit, and he seems to calm down. Reed, you slip away, I assume.
Yeah.
If after such a life-changing event you want to make a donation to the guard, I'm the current treasurer, so feel free.
No, it's quite all right.
No, it's no problem at all. It's always charitable.
Indeed.
Have a good day at the fair.
Yes, you too, Mrs. Guard.
You can call me Jar.
Jar.
I'd shake your hand, but I wouldn't want you to
Yes,
get burned.
Do you have that whole fire thing going on?
I do. Well, you're not only you're a charming individual. You're very observant too. I can see why you spotted him before he caught the purse.
He just stares at you. Yes, well, I should be going.
You should be careful.
Will do. The man makes his way away.
I search for Reed at this point.
All right. Dimly, what are you doing in the tavern? Are you just drinking, or are you hanging out with the locals?
I'm just sitting in the corner drinking my ale.
Being by yourself, or are you trying to interact with people?
I'm people watching. I'm watching all the people come and go from the bar.
Yeah, it's busy today. Lots of strangers. The barmaid is constantly busy. The only locals seem to be a couple of elderly men sitting in a corner as well, doing pretty much the same thing that you are, people watching. Is there anything in particular you're watching for, or are you just looking for just enjoying your
I'm
time?
watching for suspicious people.
Okay. Give me a perception roll to see if you spot any suspicious activity. All right. So you spend some time looking at your glass, and it's entirely unsuspicious, and you decide to drink some more. Noticing no other suspicious activity other than the suspicious emptiness of your glass. So the fair kind of continues on its merry way. The competitions come to an end. Two of you walk away with a great prize. and the admiration of many a fighter or wrestler. And
And the one other
time
person,
comes.
the one other person in town who's trained with a bow, also applauds.
Yeah, most of the people in town appear to be like they may have picked up their bow for the first time. The time comes when we near the end of the fair, and as tradition, everyone kind of draws away from the stalls and the competition. They all form this big semicircle. The whole crowd seems to do this. Are you guys going to watch as well as to what is going to happen?
Have we heard of this?
Maybe if you've been talking with the locals.
I think I went to the tavern with Dimly to drink to my victory. I'm not going to that circle.
Okay.
If you're kind of like the guards, yeah, I'll go watch, make sure everything's good. And
Okay.
make sure Reed doesn't.
Yeah,
I'll watch the tavern, make sure nothing suspicious happens here.
I'm also
I'll be on
keeping my eye out for any pickpockets. Reed.
I'll be on a rooftop, like watching while sulking. How I failed such an easy mark.
So there's a long table set up that the semicircle kind of forms around, and like in kind of a parade, 3 human women and a halfling woman walk up to the seats behind the table, and they each place a steaming fresh apple pie in front of them, and the mayor lets everyone know that it is time for the traditional, yearly, famous Huddersfield pie baking competition, and that he will now judge the entrance.
This is tense. I can feel it building. The outcome of this will be incredibly important.
Yes, you all feel the significance of the event taking place here, as the mayor tastes the first pie, and he gets a quizzical look on his face as he tastes it, but no further expression as he just says and puts it down. Before moving on to the second pie, and he also of that one he takes a bite, and for a second, like his cheeks hollow a little bit as if he's tasted something that is very, very sour. But then he like regains his composure and puts that back with a The third human female gets her pie tasted, and with this one, he tastes it, and his eyes grow wide a little bit. He does his best not to give anything away, but it's clear from those of you that are a little bit observant that this one has made an impression on him. Until he gets to the final pie by the halfling woman, and he tastes a slice of that one, and for a moment he doesn't seem to quite know how he feels about it. He just chews on it for a little bit, and then he starts choking and foaming at the mouth, and he falls to the floor, and his body starts to convulse as the crowd gasps.
I immediately move forward to arrest the halfling. Cry out. Arrest the halfling! She's assassinated our mayor!
How close is the tavern to this? Am I aware of this?
You do definitely hear a gasp going through the crowd outside. The
Then I
tavern is
run
fairly
outside.
empty at this point. Okay.
I hear the commotion and rush outside.
I quickly run to the mayor and ask for a healer. Is there a healer? We need healing. We need to heal the mayor.
The crowd seems non-responsive. No healer steps forward from their midst.
Does the halfling try to escape?
The halfling woman seems just as shocked as everyone else in the crowd, and she
Are-
doesn't try to escape.
I'd like stand next to her behind her. Like saying, "You're in trouble now, miss."
What happened?
Oh,
I didn't do this.
that's what they all say.
A few seconds later, the mayor stops convulsing and just goes slack.
If only one of us knew some medical ability, we might have been able to rescue him.
Can somebody try to recognize the kind of poison that was used?
The guard, the town guard who's hired you, steps forward because he's been watching this as well, and he speaks to the crowd. Everybody, go back to your homes. This is a town guard investigation now. And the crowd murmurs and seems to slowly start to disperse. As he looks to all of you and says, well, glad that I hired you guys. Seems like we've got a murder on our hands. I'm going to need your help to investigate this, though.
I think it's a halfling. Case solved.
Hey,
The halfling woman says, "No, I didn't."
Everyone denies the crime. Did you not bake this meal? Did the other human women leave? I don't think we should let them leave, the other bakers.
The other bakers are still sitting there. They are in shock.
How does the mayor look? Is he now dirty because he fell on the floor and is like he threw up or something? And the foam.
Yeah.
I clean up the foam with some prestidigitation to make him look a bit nicer.
He looks a little bit more peaceful now, but he's definitely dead.
I warm him up then, so he looks a bit warmer. Because I can only do that to non-living material.
Right. You reheat some air.
Yeah. So he's looking a bit rosier in his cheeks and less deathly
Right.
pale. A bit nicer for everyone to look at. Does he have family? I ask. What's the guard's name, by the way?
The guard's name is Franklin.
Franklin, does your noble mayor, whose name I've also neglected to memorize, have a family?
He shakes his head and says, he lives by himself with only a housekeeper to take care of him.
How do elections work in this town? How does one become a mayor? If we can find the motive, we've got the... sorry, why am I doing this? Halfling, why did you kill this man?
She says, I didn't.
A flick flamed into existence in my hand.
You're the one who baked the cake. It has to be you.
I somebody must have poisoned it while I wasn't looking.
Can I pay close attention to her facial expressions and examine what she's saying to determine whether I believe she's telling the truth or not?
Yeah, you can roll me an insight roll to kind of discern how genuine she's being. But, this is a halfling, and you're not too familiar with their expressions, and she seems to be in shock, and you can't quite tell.
I asked the guard, has the mayor run into any trouble with anyone lately?
The guard thinks about that for a moment, and shakes his head. Not that I know of.
Any strange visitors at all?
I'm not at the mayor's office constantly, but to my knowledge, nothing strange has been going on.
So this is a really awkward situation. If I use suggestion to make her tell the truth, if she was willing to tell the truth, she would tell the truth. If she wasn't willing, it wouldn't work, right? But I wouldn't know it failed.
This is where you need a zone of truth.
If only.
While they're doing questioning all those people, I'm gonna go up to the pie. He only took like a bite of it. You said it's a whole.
Yeah,
pie.
there's like one slice cut out, and he took a bite out of that one slice.
Okay, first I'm gonna look into the slice if I can see like something that isn't normally in an apple pie, like maybe like little beads or something. I'm gonna like basically, investigate the pie.
Okay, yeah, roll me an investigation to investigate the pie. Okay. You check out the pie thoroughly, checking for any visual clues that there is an unwanted ingredient in there.
Not just visual, like smell.
Right. You take a whiff. You feel the texture of it. You do everything except take a bite out of it.
Yeah,
I assume. But your thorough inspection doesn't give you any hint that this is anything but a delicious apple pie.
All right, then I'm gonna investigate all the pies in case this is like, a multi-ingredient poison. Or it doesn't take effect until all of them, or like you eat like several of them.
I could aid you in that, Gavis, by having my salamander, my familiar. I obviously, if it's aimed specifically at humans, it might not work. But he could eat from this pie, as I can recover him with some time and money.
I'd rather not have your pet die.
Oh, he's not a pet. He's a servant. Would be more appropriate.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna decline having your servant die.
Very well. Salamander returning to the flames, and he like goes back in my hair or whatever.
Cool. Okay, you check out the other pies using that same investigation roll. The ingredients seem subtly different, like someone uses raisins and the other uses a bit more cinnamon. But no ingredients that stand out to you as being abnormal in apple pie.
All right, now I'm gonna just look at the guy. It's like, he's not allergic to anything, is he? To the guard.
He's allergic to apple all along.
He's judged apple pie competitions for many years.
Well, not the apple pie, like a certain ingredient that maybe he's allergic to, like raisins or like I don't know.
Halfling, did you bake last year? Did you make this?
Said, yes, I competed last year as well. I've competed for many years.
And have you changed the ingredients this year, as Reed suggests?
Every year. I tried to come up with the best apple pie. And she kind of side glances to one of the human women.
Why did you look at that human woman? I say, subtly noticing that.
She says, I try to be the best, but I don't always win.
Oh. Perhaps you were hoping to share your pie with this woman and get her killed instead. Dun, dun, dun. But, for example, did you include anything this year? Because obviously you change your ingredients. Things like, I don't know, rat poison, horrible murder weapon, things like that. Anything come to mind?
She says, well, I used a different kind of apples than I normally do, but they were great. I tasted them myself.
This is certainly a murder mystery we've got in our hands. Who's going to become the mayor after this?
I suppose there'll have to be elections.
Do you know of anyone who's vying for possession of power in this town? Often we can see who set this halfling up or who hired her. I doubt she doesn't seem to have much motive for herself.
Well, I'm not too involved in the town politics, but I know that the mayor has run unopposed for the past decade.
Ah, that's an autocracy then.
She doesn't seem to know what that word means.
The
As this is all
unlearned.
going on, the dwarf chimes in and says, "I think I need more ale."
So are you just marching off back to the tavern?
Yeah, with the empty tankard in hand.
Okay.
Well, he's at least not broken by this unfortunate death. I am going to cast as a ritual, so it takes 10 minutes. Detect magic.
Okay. What is anyone else going to do within the 10 minutes that Jar spends to ritually cast Detect Magic?
I think I'm gonna try out every other pie except for the one that's poisonous.
Actually, can I have all of them eat their own pies?
The halfling woman looks terrified. She says, but.
All right,
She-
then
she
tell
really
me
doesn't
one
want to.
point. Tell me a point when you carried, like, you baked this pie and brought it up here. Was there a point where it was unattended?
Well, I placed it in the windowsill to cool down. You can't eat an apple pie while it's hot, you know.
Where's your, like, from your? Does she own a bake? Like, do you own a bakery, or was this baked from home?
Home baked.
Where do you live?
My husband runs a clothing store over in the north side of town.
Okay.
Right, Jar is chanting her magic.
Waving my hands about, so I did that in real life, but I don't know why. No one can see.
I
you
also
pres-
do that sometimes.
When you presented the pie to the mayor, did you notice like any like weird marks that wasn't there when you were finished baking it?
No, it looked perfect. I really thought I was going to win this year.
Really?
And again, there's that side glance at the one human woman.
Yeah. Why do you keep looking at that human woman? Was she your fierce competitor or some sort, or what? Did you win last year's event?
She shakes her head. No,
Do you know who won it?
she did.
Let's see. Was her pie second last, or the last one he tried before he was poisoned with your pie?
Yes.
Hmm.
Do we have a dwarf here?
The dwarf has walked off to the tavern.
No. I was have him eat the pie. Oh well.
The dwarf returns with a full tankard of ale.
So I hear you're resilient to poisons.
Your pie, you say? Are you able to heal the mayor yet?
No, he's dead.
He's dead.
I think. No one came up when I asked for someone to heal him.
I didn't know Huddersfield was a real place. And other notes.
I think I'll pass on trying that pie of yours.
Alright, well, I'm gonna like take the halfling's pie and the second to last pie he tried, the one that was cooked or baked by that human woman that the halfling woman keeps on looking at,
Mm-hmm.
and then like quarantine it, kind of.
Yeah. The guard actually suggests that since it's getting dark, that they should relocate the investigation to his office, and he gets ready to arrest all the four women that were bakers and confiscate the pies as evidence.
Okay. Before that, I'm gonna ask the guard, like if he knows the addresses of all the baker women.
He nods. Yeah, I'm pretty familiar with most people in town.
Can you give me directions to all of their homes or their businesses?
Yeah, definitely. He does so.
Okay, so out of character, here's what we're. The problem is, are we gonna split the party here, or we just go with the guy, with the guard?
As you ponder this, Jar finishes her ritual.
Do I detect magic?
You detect a faint magical aura around the apple pie that killed the mayor, but you can't quite tell the school despite your detect magic spell.
Wait, which apple pie? The final one, or
The final one, yes.
Okay.
I gasp in shock and point to the apple pie and with a shaky voice say, It's cursed! Actually, it has a faint magical order. I believe halfling, and I say a word in magic and I see if she reacts to it, like some common magical word that's part of learning prestidigitation. Like I say, Hashudre.
Excuse me?
Someone has magically enchanted your apple. Does she react to this at all?
My apples?
Your pies, pardon me.
Oh.
Are you trying to perhaps cheat the system by creating
No,
a superior? You didn't go hiring any wizards or anything like that?
I pride myself on winning by having the best ingredients and the best baking skills.
And the best contacts, it seems, in prisoner. I turn to the. I don't actually say that. I turn to the guard. Are there any magic users, my dear comrade and ally in this investigation?
In town? Well, there's a witch who lives like a couple hours out of town in the woods, but
That's case closed then, isn't it? Witches and the halfling. I believe we should hang them both. And my name will be known throughout Huddersfield, sorry, as the
when
savior.
He's in contact, that reminded Reed that he's going. So this is. So one of my character, my rogue's background is he's a criminal, but he also has a feature called criminal contacts. Is there someone that I can talk to get information from this, like about this town, besides from the guard?
yeah, you can definitely go to like the shadier part of town. It's a small town, so the guard knows most people in town. But you can talk to like the shadier people in town that you would have probably fenced things to that you would have stolen.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna go to them and see if they heard any rumors about if they. I'm pretty sure they also attended this festival.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna go walk to them, talk to them, whisper, speak in thieves' cant if they know any rumors about magic, people who use magic around here, or someone who had beef with the mayor, and the halfling woman and her husband, if they had beef with any of them.
Right. So your whisperings and thief can turn up the following bits of interesting rumor. The only magic user that these people have in this region seems to be either the local priest who isn't actually in town at the moment, or the witch in the woods. Major beef exists between the halfling woman, whose name you learn is Clarice, and the rather wealthy human who was sitting next to her at the baking competition. It seems that for years they have been alternating as winners of this pie baking competition, but the last few years were all in the favor of the other lady, whose name is Pridessa.
Were their names not announced at like the start of the pie eating contest? Like here's
They
pie
were.
number one.
They were. I simply haven't mentioned them before now.
Cool.
All right, so the human woman is the rich woman, you said?
Yeah, the human woman is quite wealthy. Her name is Predessa. The halfling woman is definitely, like, you can tell easily from her clothing and her demeanor that she is of more modest income, and her name is Clarice.
What business does the like human woman, or is she married? Like, what kind of
Yes, her husband is a merchant in town who does quite well for himself.
Is he portly?
No, he's actually quite fit.
Not the guy he tried to rob then. That's lucky.
As for enemies of the mayor, some people recall that, like, 12 years or so, the local blacksmith tried running against him in the election. But the mayor won out regardless, and no one has tried to oppose his re-election ever since.
So he was a well-liked mayor, I suppose? Are you saying that?
People didn't, like, he did his job, and he didn't bother the people, so no one really saw a reason to mess with his livelihood, and they just let him be the mayor because no one else wanted to be the mayor. He didn't do anything majorly wrong, but he wasn't overly loved either.
All right, this town is freaking weird.
That's a joke, by the way. Ha 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 ha.
Okay, I'm guessing the utensil he ate the pie with is a spoon or a fork.
He actually took, like, a bite out of the slice. Like, the slice was cut with a knife, but then he just took a bite out of the slice.
Just with his hand, then. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna, have the guard also take all the utensils, the plates, in case they were laced with something.
So do you let us know about the stuff you've learned? And thieves can't.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys once we clear away from everyone else.
I'm very curious about the priest, who's also a magic user. No, I only detected magic on the pie itself, right?
Yes.
So after you suggest that off rack, I say,
I suggest we should go interrogate the witch.
I want to interrogate the merchant because he might. What? Okay, so the same contact. I'm gonna ask him the what kind of business does that merchant do? Like Predessa's husband.
He's apparently involved in the, like, import and sale of a lot of the raw goods that the town uses. He trades in iron ore, raw cloth, all sorts of raw goods that he sells to the craftsmen in town.
Okay.
I think we could collect every suspect in the prison, and then we can.
Yeah,
interrogate
the
them
guard
after
has
that.
already marched all of the 4 women off to the one jail cell that the town has.
Oh, so Reed, thank you for informing me about that priest. That is curious that they happen to be out of town when the mayor is struck with something that they could have helped in, especially since we would be missing the famous fall fair. Now
That's
that
true.
is incredibly curious.
What's the reason for the priest's absence? Well, I'm gonna ask that as well to the my contact.
Your contact doesn't know.
No. Okay. Can you tell me where the what is it called?
Church?
Yeah, or church.
Yeah,
Place of worship
the
in it.
priest's residence. Yeah, he can easily direct you there.
Okay.
I think you'll take this one alone. I'd rather not be near those kind of places. Says Jar.
Oh. All right. Are you going to check out the temple? Reed?
Yeah.
I want to go collect the witch. Wait,
Okay.
she's like far out of town, right?
Yeah, a couple of hours walk.
Oh, maybe I'll collect the merchant then, with the other guys.
Okay.
Czar, you should come with me to collect the witch in case there's any trouble. Says the dwarf.
I agree that we should all go to the witch together, but since she's a few hours out of town, I think it makes most sense to gather the clues we have in town first, as it would take some walking to get there. Perhaps we can requisition some horses while we wait. Come, let's collect this merchant first, dwarf. I'm sure your might could be put best to use there. What say you?
I follow you to the merchant house.
Fantastic.
All right. So Jar and Dimly, you guys are going to pick up the merchant husband. Reed, you're going to check out the temple. What are the other two doing?
I'm going with Reed. Maybe he will need help, some muscle. So I'm going to help him out.
Okay.
I'll go with Jar.
Okay. So the three of you are going to pick up the merchant, and two of you are going to the temple. Let's see how you fare with picking up the merchant first.
So, I turn and ask Reed, who seems to know the best about this town. Is the merchant, is he part of nobility at all? Is he just some common-born man?
I think he's just wealthy. Like an upstart, pretty much.
Despicable. Very well. I was just trying to see if I could use my noble feature. So yeah, I
He might be overwhelmed if he's just an upstart.
yes, well, I think we can push our way through this with our town guard powers, and I rap sharply on the door and town guard.
Yeah, like a rather fit-looking man in like his late 30s, early 40s, dark beard, opens the door.
Excuse me, servant. Could you get the master of this house, the merchant, husband of Faris? Is that right?
Prodessa.
Sorry, Reed.
Prodessa.
Fredessa. My bad.
Yes, Prodessa's my wife.
Oh. And,
What can I do for you?
I look suitably awkward at the fact that a man of wealth would answer his own door. You'll have to come with us, I'm afraid. Fredessa's got in a little bit of trouble down by the jail cell, and she needs a loving husband who would do anything to help her. To come.
What kind of trouble?
You haven't heard the news?
What, she's been arrested over that poisoning of the mayor?
Oh, poison? You jumped to such sharp conclusions.
That's the word around town, friend. He eats a pie, he dies. Seems straightforward to me. Everybody saw it.
Well, that's curious. Were you there yourself? Did you see it?
Of course I was there. The whole town was there.
Ah, well, everyone but the priest, curiously. Well, then no doubt you'll have no issues with coming along with us and seeing that your wife isn't too distressed.
I suppose. I have business to attend to, though, so let's make this quick.
I'm sure the fast-paced life of a merchant will be able to put on hold for but a few hours. Not many people doing business while the town is in shock.
There's always contracts to be set up,
Oh,
paperwork to do.
I'm sure you had totally scheduled your day that the fair might finish early so you can complete your work. I don't see that. You killed the mayor so you could do more contracts. Ha ha. And then I escort, I like step in front of him and lead the way, and imagine like Kivas and Dimly close in on him, so we form a nice triangle, just in case anything happens, of course.
He walks peacefully back with you to the town guard's office. No problem. Let's see how the people checking out the temple do.
Okay.
How big is this temple?
It's a fairly small building, not too ornate.
Are there like lights in? Like someone's still inside?
There's a few candles burning inside.
All right. So we knock on the door.
Yeah. A young woman opens the door. She got a broom in her hand. She says, "Yeah."
Where is the priest?
He's out.
Out where?
He's off to the city. Some kind of lecture.
What kind? Do you know exactly what kind of lecture?
She says, "I just sweep the floor."
Do you mind if we get inside and inspect the building?
What for?
Investigations.
Is this not a church? Aren't you supposed to be open for?
Do I look like a priest?
Then you hold no rule over this building, then?
That doesn't mean I'm just going to let two strangers in here. There's valuables in here.
You can watch over us. We're not going to steal anything. Wink to Reed.
Wait, who are you?
Like I said, I sweep the floor.
No, like, what are you for the, like, who are you? How are you related to this building and the priest?
I look after the building while the father is out.
Only when he's out?
Also, when he's not out, I do cleaning and...
Okay, so you're clearly not a nun or any, like,
No.
you know, religious figure. Okay. Are you, so you just assist the priest
Yeah,
in taking of his, like, you know, day-to-day care?
exactly. The father is getting later in his years. Needs some help.
Have you learned anything from him? Some sort of magic abilities or skills?
She shakes her head.
I see. All right. So I'm guessing that we're talking through the door, right? Like she just
Yeah,
opened it.
she's standing in the door in the opening.
All right. So like, can I peek over her shoulder or like I guess under her, seeing if there's like, you know, any other signs like people were there besides her?
Like what kind of signs are you looking for?
Like you know, travel cloaks that doesn't like, you know, look like it should belong in a church, or because I'm not even sure if she's like, you know, saying who she is.
Right. You take a peek inside, past her dress. There's a few candles burning in the back, but they don't illuminate anything that seems suspicious to you.
Okay. Sorry for the trouble then. And I'm going to leave and head towards the
Back to her.
halfling woman's home. Or
Okay.
what,
Hold on,
like,
Reed. Shouldn't we try, since you're a rogue, can we try to, I don't know, break in and for you to see if there's anything interesting in there?
no. I mean, just because I'm a rogue, I don't go like, you know, robbing everyone's homes.
No, but this is not robbing. This is investigation.
That's true.
I mean, she didn't want us in.
Okay.
Why didn't she want
Right
us
now
in?
we are okay. So I'm gonna tell her that right now we're investigating a murder of your town's mayor, and we want to know, like, investigate if there's like something that we can use from the priests, like, you know, his, I guess, all this, curing stuff he does, like healing people, like if there's something that we can use to determine, how the mayor was poisoned.
She says,
Have it go way over her head so she doesn't understand, so she's like overwhelmed. I mean.
okay, roll me a persuasion to see if you can sweet talk your way into this building. Okay, yeah, she's like, she nods after you start talking for a little bit. She's like, well, all right, I suppose you could have a look, but I'll be there to check out that you don't take anything, of course.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright,
she steps aside and like, gestures.
How is this like, church or whatever like design? Is it like a main door and then like pews all going over to one side of the wall where there's like a religious statue or something, figure?
Yeah, there's like a couple of pews, then there's a symbol that maybe you recognize. It's a symbol of Shantia, a fairly common god in these small towns. And then there's like a door to some like back rooms.
All right, so I'm gonna point. Is that the living quarters?
She
For the
nods.
priest and yourself? Okay, then that's where we're gonna be going for now.
Can you put on some
Okay, so you walk through the small chapel into the priest's
background music for you guys?
living quarters. It's fairly Spartan, all of it, but there's like a cabinet with some herbs, and seems to do like he uses that as a writing place as well.
See if I can get some good ambience.
Okay, I'm gonna look
Medieval town.
like for any evidence of why the priest is off. Like, did he get like a letter, or like if he has some kind of calendar kind of thing where he keeps track.
Right. You find an envelope
Here's a cathedral.
that is contained a letter that was addressed to him, but the letter itself is out. It's taken out and is missing.
The envelope, though, is there any markings or like like something on it?
Yeah,
or, like,
it is marked with the sign of the All Faiths, like big church in this area. That
Bit of priestly music.
a big organization that represents many smaller churches.
Okay, so then but I'm guessing that letter was basically trash, or was it like kept nicely in his desk?
It was just laying on his desk. It wasn't in the trash bin, but wasn't like given a prominent place either.
Okay, then I'm gonna just place it back onto his desk and tell the woman like thank you for everything, and then leave.
She seems a little bit confused by the fact that you just checked out an envelope and then left again after all that, but she nods. All right, happy to have been of service.
Okay. Yeah. Well, who's with me? Macross?
Yes, it's me.
Alright. Yeah. Let's head to the halfling woman's place. Her husband owns a store on the north side of town. I'm guessing they have a store on the bottom floor and then their like living quarters up top.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, let's go.
The other group, you guys can also choose what you kind of want to do next now that you've investigated and arrested the merchant.
I believe before, I think we want to get the witch when we're all five together. So I believe we want to like interrogate this merchant, but Zajar is not. Zajar is a sweet talker rather than a fist, and I think Dimley's AFK.
I'm here.
Oh, good. Yeah. So I nod to the merchant and say, perhaps we can go in this little private room and just have a wee chat.
He says,
Just got a few
Wait.
questions regarding the investigation and how you know about the pies. Very just standard for the course, normal procedure that we must carry out on anyone related to a suspect.
he nods and says, fine, let's get it over with.
So So we go into the room and I like stand and shut the door and like nod my head to Dimly and Gavis, and my colleagues will take the
I know you're
question
just
from
hired
there.
muscle, by the way. That you're not the real town guard.
I believe you'll find we have all the authority that was invested in us. The mayor personally spoke to me before his death and told me about
Yeah, he told me about told me about a goose that lays golden eggs, but it doesn't make it true either.
I casually like just light a flame in my hand and quench it again, like showing my anger. Nah, I lean back against the door and nod my
Yeah,
head to Gavis and Dimly.
I had already noticed you're some kind of fire being.
Your back chat does you no good, merchant. I can see why you're not born of the noble blood. I see that you're not born of the noble blood, pardon me.
No, I ain't. What is it of you?
Poison the aristocracy by rising like an upstart. Down with the poor, down with the common man. Dimly,
Are we done with
Davis?
this farce?
can you start beating this guy up, please?
I walk over to him and say, "Now, where were you before the festival began?"
Before the festival began? In my home.
Can anyone prove you were there?
My wife was with me.
And what was she doing there? Was she
Sure.
baking her pie?
Yes.
Can you tell me, what ingredients did you use?
My wife does the pie baking. I don't concern myself with that.
Why would you be home on your wife's competition?
I went to the fair as it began, but this dwarf asked me what I was doing before the fair.
My bad.
What were you during the fair?
At the fair. As I just said, aren't you
What were
listening?
you doing?
Talking, shopping, making contacts. You know, that's important when you're a merchant.
Are we there yet? Me and Reed.
If you guys want to go to the office, you can arrive there. If you wanted to go straight to the halfling woman's home, you can be about there. Who's knocking on the door?
Oh, sorry.
It's the cops. It's Graham.
Yep, you caught me.
Are we skipping over to other guys, or are we going to keep interrogating?
All right, we'll skip over to Reed and Offerwalk, who are visiting the halfling woman's house.
All right, from a distance, can we see, like, you know, if someone's inside, awake?
Yeah, there's a light on behind one of the windows,
Uh,
flickering candlelight.
okay. How many windows are on the second floor above the building? Above the, you know,
Like,
clothing store?
you want to walk all the way around the building?
Yeah, like, is it a standstill building by itself, or is it like...
It's in a street.
It's in a street. No, I
so
know,
you-
but is it like, you know, multiple shop entranceways, like different shops? Like, it's a single building, but there's, like, you know, multiple shops along the first floor.
There's only the clothing store on the first floor, and it's simply like there's a stairwell in the back that leads to the private quarters.
Okay.
Do they make clothes for halflings or for humans?
The clothes are mainly for humans, but they've got a good halfling section as well.
Okay.
Kids and halflings.
So, the windows, though, how many are there?
Just
You know,
yeah, there are 4 windows on the top floor that you
like
can see
one
from
on
the
each
outside.
side of the...
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess I'm going to go up the back stairs where you said, and then knock into the residence area.
Okay, yeah, a halfling man opens the door after some stumbling. He says,
Hi.
yes. Are you from the town guard?
Yes, I'm here to do an investigation.
I heard you arrested Clarice. Is she a suspect?
One of many. However, I have a few questions for you, and I need to do an investigation of your home.
Yeah, sure. Come on in. Excuse the mess.
Okay. By mess, does it look like he's been like recently doing
It's
something?
actually not that messy for a halfling home.
Okay.
It's just a lot of stuff that halflings like to keep. You know that this looks like your parents' house.
Okay. So I'm gonna go to the kitchen area
Okay.
and then start asking him questions like, where were you before? Like, where were you during, all this happened? How, did your
I
wife?
was at the fair.
Why aren't you with your wife right now?
Because
Normally, a husband would be quite concerned about their,
the town guard told me to go home, and he wanted to interrogate her alone. So I figured he'd come for me eventually.
I see. Then I'm gonna ask him like what he was doing, like where he was while he saw everything happen.
In the crowd.
Did you notice anything unusual?
Other than the mayor choking and dying on an apple
Yes.
pie?
Besides that,
There was this woman who, like, her hair was fire.
I see. Yeah. Okay.
Damn right, everyone notices Yar.
Does your wife have any enemies?
I
Like
wouldn't
someone who is displeased with her?
call it an enemy, but she's always got a rivalry with that Pradessa woman.
How long has that been going on?
I can't remember. At least 10 years or so.
See, a decade. Okay, so I'm gonna can I see the kitchen from I guess I'm at the kitchen right now. I'm gonna look like the closest kitchen window.
Yeah.
The window that's closest to the kitchen is that where she kept her wife to cool it down, or is that where your wife kept the pie to cool it off?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna look out the window and see if there's another what's the view outside that window basically?
It's a blank wall, and there's like an alleyway in between this building and the next.
Okay, so it seems like it's possible someone could have climbed up then from that.
Yeah, I mean the wall isn't like there's no stair, no ladder or something. But if you could climb up a wall, then you could get there.
Okay, then I'm gonna look up to the roof. Is it like a normal roof or is
It's a sloped roof.
sloped roof?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay. So the window where the window was, basically it's a small alleyway or where
Yeah.
there's not enough there's barely any traffic around that area basically.
Yeah, they could only fit foot traffic through there.
Okay. And then I'm gonna go basically do you mind if I go through her the ingredients, the apple, flour, and the utensils she used to make the pie?
No, go ahead. I understand.
Okay, so I'm gonna basically go through them. I'm guessing they're all cleaned, or they're just all left messy, and she's just quickly left.
Yeah, they've been put in the sink, the utensils, but they haven't been washed yet. There's a box with a few apples left in it, and there's a bag of flour and a bag of sugar, and some spices.
You don't have to have a box where I can put all the stuff in. I'm guessing he has in the clothing store.
Yeah, he's got a box for you.
All right. Do you want to see your wife?
He said, "I would like that very much."
Alright, then come with us. And I'm gonna take all that stuff and head back to the guard's house.
I assume you hand over that box to your muscle.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to carry this. Makas
Okay.
or off rock? You there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a box with all the stuff I put inside.
With all the ingredients, right?
Yeah, the ingredients, the utensils, all that stuff.
Does the husband know the recipe? Because we might be missing an ingredient or two.
He said he shakes his head. No, my wife doesn't share her recipes even with me.
I see. Alright, well, we can always ask her if what she put inside. Otherwise, we'll have to just tear, thoroughly look through everything.
He nods. Can we go?
We'll go.
Lead the way.
Yeah, alright. He locks up the store behind you and then walks with you to the guard's office. Meanwhile, the merchant is being interrogated.
Interrogated, yeah. Tortured, maybe? Not yet. If he keeps acting up. So I think Dimly was in the middle of
Right, Dimly,
Threatening him.
you were in the middle of threatening him?
Yes.
Alright, go for it.
I slap him around a couple times and say, "Tell me, do you have anything against the mayor or this town?"
The mayor and I disagreed on political views, but no, this town is my home.
What views did you disagree on?
He had an isolationist, backwards view of Huddersfield, and I would have advocated a more progressive trade.
Of course you would, you upper don't likely listen to this nonsense. Conservatism is the only way forward.
I'm
Please
done
stop
talking to
hitting
this
me.
commoner.
Yeah, Dimly, join me in my noble superiority. Spread the
Well-
classism, guys. Givas, do you have anything to question him?
Well, I'm gonna help this guy up, and says part of my friends that
Oh
could
my
be
God.
a bit violent, but do you have anything? You think your wife could have put anything on that pie to ruin the halfling woman's pie?
My wife has won the pie baking competition fair and square for the past 3 years in a row. I don't see any reason why she would poison her competitor's pie now.
Maybe she found out that the new recipe of the gnomes or halfling is a bit better than hers.
I couldn't tell you. You'd have to ask her.
Okay. I just finish helping him up and kind of just dust him off and pardon my friends.
Well, if we arrived, I'm gonna drop the box of, I guess, evidence, and
I'd like
pass-
to detect magic on that box to see if there's any traces. Of course,
Yeah,
I'll
well-
take it as a ritual, which will take 10 minutes. And also, I'd like to lock the merchant in the room. I don't think he
Right.
needs to leave at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are using all the rooms within this small guard's office. There's one cell that the 4 women are in, and you've locked the only private room with the merchant.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do that. Basically leave the box. Bring the clothier, to see his wife, I suppose. And then I'm going to talk to the actual main guard, ask him about the living situation of the mayor. Like, is he? You said he lived alone. Does he have anyone who cares for him? Like, is there a way to go
There's a
into his
housekeeper.
residence?
He's a housekeeper.
Housekeeper. Okay.
Should I? You recovered this from the halfling's house?
Yes, there probably is more if there's something hidden. This was just something that, all the stuff that was out in the open. It wasn't a thorough investigation. However, according to her statement about that she left her pie on the windowsill, those who have skill, it would have been possible for them to tamper with it.
But it would have been difficult. Someone trained in the art of climbing and clambering.
That or magic.
I think I would like to analyse this for magical traces, potentially analyse the halfling's home, especially, and then I think we should visit the witch, because anyone with the ability, perhaps the jump spell, I've heard of its existence.
All right.
I'm going to go back out and ask, wait, what class is Makas and what race is he?
Makas is a fighter, I believe.
Fighter. Human or?
Yes, human.
Okay. Well, I'm going to ask you to come with me to the mayor's house this time.
Of course.
Sure, you complete your ritual, and what seems like even less than 10 minutes, but it progresses smoothly.
Are any of the goods magical?
The apples light up with the same kind of aura that you detected previously.
Perhaps
none of the other stuff seems magical.
This is a fundamental clue. I go and turn to the halfling. Halfling, you said you'd chosen different apples this time from last.
She nods. Yes.
Clarice, sorry, I keep referring to you as your baser race. I shouldn't do that. I thought I'd learned better than I.
Commodore, where did you get these apples?
I bought them from a merchant who came to town 3 days ago.
What did the merchant look like? Were they an old hag who sold them for free beans and a cow?
He was a middle-aged human male, dark hair, wore a straw hat, blue overalls, dark eyes, kind of inlaid with rings around them, like he didn't get much sleep.
And you purchased this strange fellow's apples, not your
I
usual...
tried them first, of course.
Okay. And they tasted delicious?
Yes, I bought all the apples he had for sale.
How many did he have? Is it often that merchants come into this town with apples to sell you've never seen before? Did that not seem mightily suspicious to you, Clarice? Perhaps you hired this person. Dun, dun, dun.
I No!
So you just saw a random gentleman with selling apples in the street and you approached him and you thought, what a coincidence, 3 days before I must make my buy, this person comes and sells apples.
Oh, I was a little bit desperate for an edge, and these apples were really good.
I think your husband should be a bit more protective of you, perhaps not let you out alone if this is the kind of consideration you think about before things. I'm ashamed. Now, how many apples did you have for sale? Tell me, did you haven't sold any pies to anyone else, have you, Clarice? Have you murdered anyone else?
She shakes her head. No.
Seems maybe put you down to manslaughter then. That's only like 20 years
I
in
bought
prison.
3 dozen of the apples, and that was all that he had.
You said you tried the apples yourself.
Yes.
That seems... It seems mightily suspicious that not only does So that potentially, if you survive, that may mean that the poison was not on the apples until some time before. When did you begin making your? Is it known how long it takes to make a apple pie? Is that something you openly talk to people about, Clarice? Do you say, I'll be using these apples tomorrow to make my apple pie? Come to the fair.
I think everybody knows roughly how long it takes to make an apple pie.
I have no idea. My servants always made it for me.
She says, well, it takes... The perfect apple pie takes about 2 hours.
Oh. So you wouldn't have used apples before then? And you wouldn't have had the apples sitting at the... But why are the apples magical? The apples weren't sitting at the window, right, Reed? Or Gareth, if you want to speak.
Sorry?
Were the apples sitting at the window? It was just the pie at the window, right?
Yeah, the apples were not placed in the windowsill.
I think someone broke into her house then and enchanted the apples beforehand? If the apples are magical, it can't be the window.
I think it's all lies.
Yeah, I think we could hang this whole town and... Well, when Reed gets back, I think we should go to the witch once he's figured out if the housekeeper had anything to do with this.
It's all lies and slander from these commoners.
It is. Finally, haven't I said how appreciative I am of having such a noble dwarf such as yourself along with us. You're a good man, Dimly.
The merchant said that he came from an orchard. He called it Petrobras Orchard. Perhaps that is helpful.
Did he say where this was?
He didn't, and
give me 1 second.
I'd never heard of it.
I go to the merchant in his room. Merchant, hello. Are you enjoying your stay? Is everything comfortable?
You hit me, or you made your dwarf hit me.
I do not own people, only peasants, and the dwarf is a person, unlike you. Have you heard of the town of Petrobras, or an orchard, Petrobras? Does that ring familiar?
He says,
a close eye in his face for any reaction.
He thinks for a moment. There used to be a Petrobras orchard here.
Wow.
Like some 50 years ago.
Oh my god, it's a ghost apple seller, guys! Mm-hmm.
But to the best of my knowledge, it's been abandoned long ago.
Is it famous? Is it well known, or is it just...
It's known among the older people in town. But...
Interesting.
It was... I think I've heard say of it once, that it was located in a clearing in the forest.
Oh, of course, the forest. That's the clearing and the forest. That's your directions are most helpful. We'll no doubt be able to locate that. I would just walk into the forest and get the clearing. It's your clear understanding of the
Screw
land.
you!
Don't you? I like my flaming fire. You watch your words. I am being most gentle with you. Your face will not be unsullied if you continue.
I'm doing my best to help you here, and you're mocking my breed.
As he says that, I knock him out with one left hook.
All right. You punch his lights out.
I wonder whether to give him a scar for life or not. Nonetheless, well, I wonder, orchards are something these apple merchants should know, and I want to address the prison population, which is the four women and the husband. Ladies, have you ever heard of this orchard that your halfling fellow mentioned?
The three ladies universally shake their heads. Not in sync, but none of them seem to.
Okay, well, we shall wait for Reed return then from the merchant. I think we shall go find the witch and go find this orchard. Very well, happy with that? Give us, Dimly?
Yes. Let's be rid of these
Yes.
cameras as quick as possible.
Fantastic. And cue scene change.
All right. We do a swipe cut to wait, to who?
Me and Reed
Oh yes, you and Reed. Where are you guys going?
We're going
to
to
the mayor's house.
Yeah, you are going to investigate the mayor. It's a nice house in the center of town.
I'm guessing he lives in a modest house and not something like over exaggerated or.
It's nicer than most of the houses in town, but it's not like an extravagant villa.
Okay. So I knock on the door, waiting for the so-called housekeeper or maid that lives with him.
Yeah, a little while later, a rotund woman in her 50s or so opens the door.
Hi, we're with the town guard and we're investigating what happened at the festival.
Oh yes, I heard all about that. What can I do for you?
We need to see if there's any evidence that might lead towards solving this case within the residence of the mayor.
She says, yes, of course. I figured that you'd want to check out his affairs, so I got them all ready for you.
I see. And where are they?
Please, follow me.
Okay, I'm gonna follow her a few steps back just in case she's up to something.
She leads you to a study where stacks of papers have been laid out.
And you knew how to find these? How?
This is where the mayor does all of his professional work.
Yes, but how do you know where all of his papers are? Does he involve you?
Not particularly, but I know that this is where he keeps them. I simply laid them out for you. Did I make a mistake?
Perhaps. And I'm gonna signal Makas to keep an eye on her.
I asked her, "How can we know these are all the papers?"
Well, I don't know. I certainly haven't taken any.
Yes, but we don't know either.
Do you know anyone who might have disagreements with the mayor?
She says, well, there's always some rumblings, but nothing that anyone would kill him over.
Anything recently?
Not that I can think of.
No matter how small.
She thinks for a moment. And then she says, well, there was some sort of argument over opening a new trade contract. It wasn't more than much than an argument.
I see. How about an older feud against him? Someone who might have maybe disagreed him for a long time, but just kept quiet?
She sings, no, the mayor was generally well loved.
I've heard different.
This trade contract, who were the other party?
A trading company from the city wanted to open a branch here in town. The mayor was opposed to it. There was some argument, and the representative left. That is all that I know of it. I didn't eavesdrop, of course.
The representative was who?
Rather stately, elfish man. Didn't give me his name.
I see. How did he look like?
He had thin silver hair around his temples, was well dressed, I don't remember much else. The mayor gets many visitors.
I see. All right. I'm going to go through the papers and like basically like go through them real quick to see if there's like anything that seems like, you know, remotely hostile or something that basically like the mayor would have, I guess, like just shut down another person with.
Right. Yeah, give me an investigation roll to browse all the papers and see if anything catches your eye. Okay. So it all looks like fairly standard correspondence.
Okay. Then I am now going his study, right? There's like
Yeah.
paintings, bookshelves, like his desk.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna like, you know, I don't know if this is a perception, but I'm gonna basically like look around the room to like, you know, basically like, you know, all my past experiences to see like where he would keep something like so important that he can't have any, you know, basically like a safe or something like that, where he would hide all his like important documents.
All
Where
right.
he's like his, you know, like his housekeeper can't just like randomly find like this and just put it all like, you know, present it to us like this.
Okay. Yeah. Roll me a perception to see if you notice like a painting being askew or I don't know, a book being especially undusted.
Wow.
Sorry, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary in this room.
All right. Where you? Okay, so I'm gonna ask her where she'll be staying for the night.
I have a bedroom here.
I see. So you lived with the
Yes.
mayor. Did the mayor have any disagreements that, you know, he might have mentioned like out of breath, like, you know, mumbled maybe in his sleep?
I don't sleep with the mayor, if that's what you're suggesting.
No, I'm saying like, you know, maybe when he was taking a nap and you were cleaning and then he might have said something.
No, nothing like that.
Or maybe he didn't notice that you were there in the, you know, maybe in the next room or right out the door, and he might have said something that, you know, that he probably shouldn't have in front of you.
She shakes her head. No, can't recall anything like that.
I see. Well,
Can you
thank
show us his room?
His bedroom?
Yes.
I suppose. Come with me, please. She leads you
Wow,
up the
chicka,
steps.
wow, wow. Fucking Macross is taking her up to the bedroom.
She leads the two of you up the stairs to a nicely decorated bedroom.
Right. Is there any, since it's his bedroom, any openly shown safe or something?
No.
There's no openly shown one. I could search for one. Hint, hint, Macross.
Read.
You know you can do it. You don't need to have the perception trained.
Yes, but read is better than that. Okay, I'll try to see for.
You could both
For a
search
hidden-
together, perhaps increasing your chances of finding something. Might be a good idea.
Yeah. How would you want us to roll that if we're like both looking for something?
Either you both roll, or if one of you simply assists the other,
it's a
then
health
the
with
other.
advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
Two
then.
heads are better than one. Or
What
four
is this again?
eyes.
Perception check or investigation?
Yeah, depending on what you want to do. If you just have a look around, then it's a perception. If you want to like raise the sheets and look under the mattress, things like that would be investigation.
I think we should investigate.
Okay. I'll
Are you doing it separately, or is one of you?
What's your int modifier?
For investigation,
Read ask
my
out loud. What's your modifier?
This is out of character. I'm just asking.
Yeah. In character, he's just like, what is your intelligence modifier?
I happen to know it. Right here beside my head is a floating box listing all my core characteristics.
Yes, and I also have this floating green diamond over my head that turns yellow if I feel bad.
Exclamation mark Rosebud. Woohoo, gold.
Alright. Sims jokes aside, you can just roll your investigation rather than spend too much time looking up what it is.
All right. Well, I'll just have him assist me then.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. It's the same roll.
You spend a little time going through the mayor's bedroom, opening his cupboards, looking under his bed, looking in his nightstand, finding nothing of relevance to the investigation.
What is this box? I don't know how many of you guys go and read it.
By all accounts, the mayor seems to have been an exceptionally boring and decent person.
Okay. And is there anything else you want to do, Makas? Otherwise, we should probably head back. Oh wait. So we don't. Okay. So out of character, we left before they talked about all the other stuff, right? With the apples.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure. All right.
no, I think we should go back and get that
Well,
witch.
I want to ask the housekeeper if the mayor had any other recent visitors besides the elf.
She says, well, there's always townsfolk that need the mayor to settle disputes or things like that.
Did the halfling clothier and his wife, or the merchant or his wife ever come in?
She spends a moment thinking, not recently.
Not recently. How about anyone out of town that came in recently?
Other than the elvish representative, no one that I can think of.
I see. And then I'm gonna look to Makas if he has to see if he wants to say anything.
No, I'm perfectly silent.
All right. Well, thank you for your time then.
I hope you catch him. Or her.
Arrest her. We don't even have any more room. We need to expand the guard.
All right. Well, we're gonna head back to the others in the guard's house.
Okay.
We could just start piling up the bodies. I'll knock them out one at a time.
Yeah, if the entire town is dead, then clearly we've got the murderer, right? When you guys return, I do inform you about the apples and what we've learned, and also that the merchant has been notably aggressive.
We'll also mention about the silvered hair elvish man.
Perhaps he sent the apple merchant in advance then to hire a new mayor. I think the mayor we brought the mayor with us, right?
So I'm guessing
the mayor's corpse.
Yeah.
So when we arrived, I'm guessing they told us about the apple and orchard, right?
Yeah, I told you everything.
Okay, so did anyone ask the actual guard about that? Like, how old is the actual guard, by the way?
The actual guard is not that old. He's in his 30s.
Okay,
I did not ask him, though.
Okay, so then I'm going to ask the guard, do you know anyone who's been alive for a while who might know about this thing?
The witch.
He says, there's some older people in town who've lived here all their lives. Just play checkers in the tavern.
To the tavern to get more drinks.
Well, guard, you keep watch over these prisoners, and the five of us will head out.
Thanks for your orders.
Yes.
The guard says.
Thank you for obeying. The
Just do
real
your job
guard
that I'm
says,
paying you for, please.
My
Well,
job is to is to make sure these villains are safe in their prison.
Well, he didn't actually pay us to solve the mystery.
Yeah, you paid us. We did our job. We hung around the fair. I think you paid. Cough up. No, but yeah, we the five of us head out towards. So I think first we go towards an old person, a random old person. Second, we go towards the halfling house just so I can detect magic there, and then we head out to the witch, and finally we go to the orchard. Is everyone good with that?
Sure.
Dimly rubs his hand with glee. It sounds like.
All right. You ask a random old person. We're going to speed up a little bit in narrative tone because it starts to get a little bit slow. So we're just going to say yes. You ask an old person. They actually know where Petrobras Orchard was in the forest, and say that they can point you down a path that should lead you there.
That's absolutely fantastic. I was so worried that it was just an clearing. Anyone in the forest.
No, the old people distinctly remember Petrobras being a really good orchard back in the day.
Why was it shut down? Do they know?
That witch. Okay, so the old people. I'm gonna ask them how was the witch? Was a witch ever involved with the orchard?
They say, not to my knowledge.
We need to put on an old person voice.
Not to my knowledge.
Awesome.
Like when did she arrive here? By the way.
Who? The witch?
Yes, the witch.
She's lived in those woods since before I came to this town.
So she's really, really old. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
What race is she?
I think it's human.
Does she look old? Did she ever come into town at all?
No, she usually trades her services for things she needs from the town folk when they go to visit her.
Alright.
Why would people visit her? For what?
Contraception.
Any sort of thing that they don't want to have the priest over here deal with, from embarrassing rashes to love potions.
Oh yeah, I bet you've had your fair share of love potions, haven't you, old guy?
Yeah.
Hey.
And rashes too.
Young people.
Right, Cheerio. So we go to I detect magic at the shop.
Right, you don't detect any magic at the shop anywhere.
Right, so it's just the apples then. The apples are the magic thing here. So something
To the
must
witch.
access the magic. To the witch we go.
All right, it's starting to get dark. You guys just gonna walk into the night towards the witch's hut?
I'm gonna have this jar go
I
front.
got dark vision.
I cast light on
Okay.
everyone. Just
All
constantly,
right.
like as we're walking, I change the colours, like I do a rainbow. So it's like a strobe light every minute after it expires. No, it lasts an hour.
So,
doesn't
so
it?
in some sort of psychedelic lighting show, you make your way through the fall forest. The trees look even bigger and more barren in the shadows that you're throwing.
Before we do go, can we also bring at least one of the apples and a bit of the pie?
Of course.
Okay.
Good idea.
You seem to be walking in a northeasterly direction into the forest.
What way was the orchard?
The orchard was in a northern direction.
Quite close by then.
Well, it's a good 2 hours walk, so they're quite divergent.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, you head towards the area where the witch lives, and you see that the forest gets more swampy in this part, with trees often being collapsed, rotten. The ground gets a bit more soggy, and you start to wonder how much worse it's going to get before you actually spot a small hut up against the side of a hill near a lake that has some like flies buzzing over it.
I hate this with a passion. And you can tell that my feet are getting wet. It's extinguishing the flames on my toes or on my ankles or whatever it shows. I'm really unhappy with this. All the flies are like coming towards my head as well.
Yeah, you are definitely attracting all the moths and flies and all the night insects.
Well, who wants to knock first?
I'll knock with my axe.
No, I don't think that's a good idea. Definitely you've drank a little too much, I think, maybe.
No, I'll just do a regular knock.
Okay, you knock on the door, and a voice from inside says, "Yes."
May we enter?
Who are you?
The guards.
We are no one.
No, we're the guards. We're the guards.
Well, no one can stay outside.
Yes. Oh,
If
I
no
agree.
one can stay outside,
Oh, that's
then we can
genius.
get inside.
Okay. We all walk into the house.
Dimly, you're smarter than you look.
So inside, there's like an old woman in a rocking chair, and the room, there's you enter into like a sitting room. The door wasn't locked, by the way. The sitting room is very typical like witch hut kind of material. There's a big cabinet with all sorts of herbs hanging off it, drying, and like little bottles with eyeballs and other things that you don't even know what they might be used for. There's a cauldron on the fire. There's like a little carpet on the floor, and there's a door in a wall to the side that might lead to other sections of the hut.
I look around for an animal of some sort. I'm quite surprised I don't see one on first glance. Some sort of familiar. Is there any?
Right. There is no animal.
Not even a rat or a mouse.
Not that you see.
Okay.
Witch of the wild swamps, we come to you with news.
What news would that be?
The mayor of Huddersfield has... And I like stop my sentence to see if she finishes it. Nope.
Has
that didn't-
what?
That didn't work. Has perished by the hand of a magic user.
Oh, really?
Yes, really.
How unfortunate.
It is. There happens to be one magic user in particular in this town who happens to be in front of us. Oh, that's curious, isn't it? What do you know of this witch? Have you ever poisoned any apples lately? Sold to any beautiful young princesses to put them to sleep?
Do I look like I'm from a fairy tale?
I look around the cliche hut in the middle of the swamp. Yes, yes, indeed. I assumed that was why you set up here.
Well, the answer is no. I maintain an atmosphere of mystique. It's good for business. I can tell
Yes.
you're not from around here.
What
I
do
would
you
have remembered, young woman like you.
Yes, my presence is unforgettable.
Quite,
What's that?
quite.
What services do you offer the town?
I help the townsfolk with any kind of ailments they might have.
Say I needed help in poisoning the mayor via apples, would you? Would you
No.
be... No? Yeah.
Could you be able to determine a poison, or like magic enchantment? If I gave you the item,
It's not really my field of expertise.
then what?
What is your field of expertise then?
I do minor cures and dabble in like the kind of potions that the people in Huddersfield want.
Minor cures of poisons?
No. Cures for like rotfoot.
Chlamydia.
That too.
Yes, that's very true. Macos.
What do you know of Petrobras?
Petrobras? There was an orchard in these parts called that. If I remember correctly.
Is it? Have you heard anything? Any rumours about it? About why it closed? Was it haunted?
I believe it just went out of business.
But its apples were just so delicious. Does that not seem suspicious? Oh, that rhymed!
I honestly don't know.
I feel like I'm in a real fairy tale, guys. Is there anything dangerous lurking in these parts? In the swamp?
There's always dangerous creatures in the swamp. Make sure not to follow the lights.
I look down at myself. And I say the light follows me.
So it would seem.
Where's your familiar?
Excuse me?
And I bring out my salamander. He walks out of the fire behind and sits on my nose. I said, a witch has a familiar, do they not?
I don't care much for pets.
Oh, it doesn't fit with your cliche. You don't have one that perhaps is pretending to be a man who's sailing from a ghost orchard in order to poison the mayor?
No.
Do you know anyone who's suspiciously villainously elaborate at all?
Well,
You.
Okay. Besides us, who has visited you recently?
No one.
Who was
No
the
one.
last person who visited you?
That's patient-doctor confidentiality.
I didn't realize
Yeah,
that such a
okay.
thing exists.
Wise beyond your time, old woman. Do people ever... I'm really surprised at the number of people who'd ask you about patients that you came up with this confidentiality. Business.
Trust me, you don't stay in business as a witch long if you just go telling people about all of people's embarrassing little secrets.
I
You
suppose.
should tell us what we want to know before something bad happens.
Oh, you don't want to threaten me, young man.
Alright, so
He's a dwarf.
I'm gonna-
He's like 400.
He doesn't look that old to me.
Aren't dwarfs like old? Am I imagining
then-
things?
you're human, aren't you?
I was human once.
No, I'm
the witch.
talking to the witch.
I answer as if you're talking to me. I should get inspiration for that, by the way, because that's my flaw. And I think the world revolves around me.
Alright, so I'm looking at the witch. Like, you're human, aren't you?
She like brushes back her gray hair. Shows that her ears are rounded like a human.
How are you
Halfling!
alive so long? How have you survived?
I can take care of myself.
Okay.
Now, if there's nothing else,
Has
I have some needlework to get back to.
needlework, huh? Has an elf with thin silver hair visited you recently, or a man, an elderly, middle-aged man
Not that
with
I recall.
He'd blue overalls and a straw hat.
yeah.
Haven't seen someone like that.
What aren't you telling us, witch?
How
All right,
ugly
so-
you are.
How dare you insult me, you peasant?
This orchard, do you have any information about it? Like, I'm pretty sure you were still. I'm pretty sure you were there when the orchard was still functioning. But do you know anything about it?
The
Besides
man
what?
who ran it was a real prick and that he didn't believe in alternative medicine.
I see. Do you have a name?
I think his name was John.
John.
Do you have a name, witch?
I do.
Me
Do you
too.
mind sharing?
What a coincidence.
Happy coincidences just cheer me up.
Do you mind sharing it?
I do.
A name holds power.
So the residents just call you a witch then?
I don't mind whatever they call me.
I guess when you have a monopoly on extra remedial services, shall we say, you don't really need to distinguish yourself from the crowd.
Not really, no.
Not many other swamp huts that contain old women in them.
You don't happen to have anything for sale then, do you? Concerning that you
I've got poultices and herbs for sale. If you've got coin.
I heard you sold love potions.
For the discerning customer.
As you can see by my appearance, I am all about being stealthy and discerning.
A love potion takes requires a
Poisoned apples!
requires a part of the love interest as an ingredient, like a hair.
Will his whole body do? And I pointed dimly. No, I'm joking. Blossoming love.
And silence.
Just stares at you.
Everyone
It's like-
awkwardly stares at Jar.
So you say you sell or you cure ailments? What kind of ailments do you cure besides
Reed needs help.
poison, like stomach aches?
I've got something too. I've got a tea I could brew against an upset stomach.
Potions of healing?
No, none of that.
Okay, well, I'm done.
It's nice seeing you.
Can you point us the way to this orchard?
Well, there's no path from here. But you could cut through the forest. I think it's roughly that direction. She points you in from here it would be a northwesterly direction.
Where
How many
all
hours would it take?
creatures live?
Well, if you cut straight through the forest and go the right way, you could get there in an hour.
Oh.
Alternatively, go back to town and take the path from there.
I think we can handle some forest. I fear no darkness.
You're not gonna burn everything, are you? By just walking through.
My gosh, clearly great minds think alike.
I really wouldn't recommend walking through the swamps at this time of night, though. The will-o-wisps.
Oh, yeah, those wisps.
We'll
They
just have to
sure
rest here
scare
for the
me.
night then. We'll confiscate your house.
I don't want to sleep in the same building as her. Let's go. I think we can handle will-o-wisps.
So can I.
We could just run away from it, or, you know, kill it, or banish it.
All right.
Have a good night. Sweet
She
dreams.
just nods.
As Jeeves is pulling dimly away from the witch as he tries to punch her out.
I'll show you good night.
I'm definitely gonna. No, wait.
What? Gave us?
Sorry.
What do you want to do?
Try to stop Dimly from taking her out to bed.
Good. That's
All right. So you all leave the witch's hut, I assume.
Yep, dimly, reluctantly than others.
Gave us and Makos pull him out, I think.
Let's go, Dimly. Let's go.
At least you can just pick him up, eh? Okay,
Okay.
let's head off through the swamp then, guys.
All right.
For the night.
One last thing before I go, I cast a pink light off of the witch's roof, the thatch roof, just to try.
All right. Fair enough.
So like all our inside is bathed with like bright pink.
Okay. Fair enough. Roll me like a survival check to make your way like in the right direction through the forest. Whoever wants to point the way.
I'll do
The
it.
ranger probably should, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, earlier, I put in like my. I don't really. Okay, survival check. So I'm not sure if the bonus red terrain is added to that.
Is your favorite terrain forest?
Yes.
Okay. Then you will get more bonus than this, but this is plenty anyway.
I think you can't get lost in your favorite terrain, IRC,
No.
which is quite handy.
Yeah, but not getting lost is not the same as always going where you want to be. You just don't know where you are.
Doesn't know he's lost.
He's not lost. He knows that he's just not in the right place.
Just for reference, here are the benefits.
Regardless, yeah.
Just for reference for people at home. All of our viewers, our many viewers.
Yeah, I'm sure we have attracted quite a crowd with our riveting graphics.
Yeah, it's just
Yep.
it's literally my this basket in my character sheet. I went and explored the real Huddersfield for some lively action about halfway through.
All right. So you march through a soggy swamp-like forest ground for a while, and it starts to solidify a bit as you get closer, though, leaving the swamp area behind. Sometimes you spot these lights off in the distance, but having been warned of will-o-wisps, you, I assume, don't pursue them.
I know, I'm really curious. Since you said don't go towards the lights, I like longingly look at the lights. Guys,
They dance tantalizingly over the swamp.
really, those look really nice, guys. Perhaps we should check them out.
No.
fire. It's such majestic flames. Or, I don't know, will-o-wisp or flames.
No, Czar, let's go over here now. Let's not check these out. Get us killed.
Zara stares wistfully over her shoulder. Or should I say, wispfully?
All right. So after roughly about an hour, like more like 70 minutes, you find you come to a clearing in the forest, and it's immediately clear to you that this must have been the site of the Petrobras orchard. As you see the following things.
Oh shit, there's a map!
There's a map. It's fairly simple.
Oh god, there's a scarecrow.
You see a very a townhouse, a farmhouse in very bad condition. The roof is mostly collapsed.
It's brown.
Yes.
It is a block of brown on your map.
You can hold shift and click and it brings us all to the same point in the map.
Yep. So you are all about here, near the entrance to the farmhouse.
What? How did you do that?
Magic. Also, shift and ping.
Literally
Oh.
just said it. Can you put my guy in the map?
I can put your guy on the map. The rest of you don't. Jeeves has a token as well. Those of you that don't have a token can draw yourself a doodle as a token.
My course. Oh.
Let me put Jeeves on the map, and
Mine should be transparent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
here you are. Yeah. A doodle that consists of one part is a lot easier to move around, should that be necessary.
This is what she looks
Right.
like all the time.
She's just exploding.
I can't
That's so
remember the
bright.
other words. There you go, that's more like it. She's burns. I like the box.
Right. If you make a draw doodle, by the way, keep it in your standard color so that I can recognize which doodle belongs to whom.
Why, this cuboid creature next to us looks awfully like, hey, Reed, a small halfling. I'll change my colour so I look less like anyone else.
I can't delete mine, can I?
Let's go to select and then select and delete.
You should be able to delete anything that you've drawn yourself. Right. Josh shows off all the fancy Roll20 features.
This is something everyone could do. I don't even know what it looks like in my screen. It looks nothing because it doesn't move in my screen. But I hope it looks like I'm moving and giving off flames in your screen. That's my desire.
Here. All right, so you all have your token. Or some kind of representative of yourself. As you are faced with this collapsed and weathered-looking farmhouse that looks like it's been beaten by wind and rain to the point where there's not much left of it. The door is kind of hanging, barely hanging on in its hinges.
Who will take point?
I will hang back, giving a good survey of the land, keeping a produced flame in my hand ready.
Okay. You guys step into the the ruined farmhouse. There's like some puddles on the ground for where the water has been running down from the collapsed roof. There's a few sparse pieces of simple furniture that have been left inside here, but it's mostly fairly empty. Like someone has actually just moved out and taken the time to take all the important furniture with them.
Are there any tracks at the door?
It's quite dusty inside, and the dust seems undisturbed. But you can roll a survival check to see if you find any tracks.
Yeah, I'll give that a shot myself. Examine the ground underneath my flaming feet. Not skilled at survival. Oh my god, I've just rolled so bad today.
All right. A few of you actually take a better look than Ja.
It's the light, my feet give off a light, I can't really look at anything.
But none of you spot any tracks near the entrance.
Looks undisturbed. I mean, it doesn't produce enough heat to like melt concrete, but I guess some of the water might vaporize-ish steam. I think it's not that hot.
It's a very interesting building.
I know, right?
Detail really captures what I'm imagining in my mind right now.
Yeah, I thought so. That's why I give the lively description.
I think the building's a dead end, guys. The amount of dust over it suggests we might be better looking more at the orchard itself where said apples could have come from.
I'm gonna walk over to the scarecrow.
Oh no, don't go alone! Don't go alone! I race after him immediately.
So everyone goes to check out the scarecrow together.
Scarecrows in the middle of the night are notorious for being spooky.
Are there any windows in this area of the barn?
There's another door at the back.
Yeah, there's a door at the back that you could go out. But there is
No,
a window in the side about here. As you approach the scarecrow, like a feeling of coldness and dread starts to envelop you dimly.
Before he gets, before he does anything, can I draw my bow?
Yeah.
Right, so I'll draw it out then.
I'll do
Okay.
the same thing.
I'll do the same.
Okay, you all ready your weapons as he approaches this perfectly innocent scarecrow.
Maybe a girl. Savage joke. 10 out of 10 D&D jokes. What do you see? What do your dwarf eyes see?
I poke the scarecrow with my axe.
As you poke the scarecrow, you all start feeling this kind of oppressive feeling, and from the nearby woods, this sound starts rising up, like ha ha ha. As from the orchard itself and from the woods as well, fly these swarms of crows that start descending upon all of you and start pecking away at you. At the same time, the scarecrow itself also moves and raises a straw hand in your direction. And we roll for initiative to see who goes first in this event.
1 second. So we can't, so none of us shot the arrows when we saw those crows come at us?
Well, the point is, the crows surprised you a little bit, to the point where maybe if you roll in better initiative, you did shoot at them before they got to you. But if they beat you on initiative, that simply represents that they got to you before you could ready yourself to shoot an arrow. Now, they are not all in these positions that I've put them in. They actually spread themselves out and go for different ones, different targets.
How annoying. They don't all line up in a nice 15-foot cone. Right in front of my spread hands. Silly crows.
They're ruining my meal.
I can't roll initiative.
Everyone.
You can't roll initiative if you don't have an actual token, I suppose.
No, Reed was able to.
No, I know, but it won't go on the order thing.
All right, let me put you on the order. Let me just do that manually then.
I don't see Dimly or Makos on it either, so.
Yeah.
I think does it not work if you click your little blue guys? Does that not work?
Well,
too?
I don't
no,
think
he's not a token, so
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Curious.
just a shape.
It's okay. I'll just manually put you on.
Damn, good initiatives.
All right, let me roll some dice to determine the initiative of your foes. Yeah. So the Scarecrow
Clearly the nat one, right?
is the first one.
He'll sort the turn order after he's added everything in.
Yeah.
For goodness sake, Scarecrow, why don't you just crow down a little bit?
Oh wait, did I enter it?
It's the fucking worst pun.
That's pretty
It's
bad.
barely
Sorry.
even a pun.
Didn't even work, no. I was just racking my head trying to be like...
Alright, let's see. So 21, and another 21, 13, 8.
I should have cast Mage Armor
3.
myself.
That's always my first thought whenever I play Spellcaster and end up in combat.
If only it's 8 hours long. I feel like maybe I could have cast it at one point. Oh well.
Well, you do beat them in initiative.
Fantastic. I'll stride through the. I mean, I don't care if they attack opportunity. Then they can attack opportunity. I stride say to here, and
Yeah.
and cast and say, "How about a little fire, Scarecrow?" The chat wanted me to say that, so that's what I said. And I cast Scorching Ray. So you see from Jar, she spreads her arms wide, and from the fire in her chest, from the 2 points at the end of her arms, shoot 3 beams of fire, and I hurl them all at the Scarecrow. So the first one, I've got a roll to hit for each one. So first one, second, and third.
Now I need to read a little something.
Scarecrow probably made of like straw, super vulnerable to fire.
Okay. As the Scarecrow kind of sees you in the process of casting your spell, its straw actually waves through the air and it forms like a some sort of pentagram in the air in front of it, and your magic, as it is about to shoot out, is actually sucked away into this pentagram, as your spell is completely counterspelled.
God fucking damn it! Damn his reaction. I should have knew. Screams. Jar. This. Yeah.
Yeah. 2 flocks of crows make their moves. This one over here tries to peck away at Dimly. Yes.
Why did I start with the big bullets? Why did I start with like magic missile?
Misses.
The other flock over here makes an attack on Jeeves, right? That is you?
Yes.
That's
Oh wait.
no, it's me. That's Overwatch.
Oh, okay.
Jesus
yeah,
has
sorry.
the token.
Okay, fair enough. So, after whack, you get assaulted by these crows, but you are protected by your heavy armor. Neither of you get hit. Dimly.
I'm going to attack the scarecrow with my battle axe.
All right.
Yeah, shred that guy. I say in support.
Okay, yeah, you slash into the straw man's straw. As you slash away some of the straw, you see these dark tendrils underneath the straw that seem to have been barely affected by your strike. Another flock of crows gets to go. That is flock number 6, all the way over here. This one does make a dive for Jeeves. But Jeeves manages to fend them off and keep them at a distance.
As soon
And
as
then
they
we go
have to
to-
hit me, they're gonna get fucking nat 20s, man. I can feel it.
Offer walk.
Right. So I'll try to move back. Have a speed of 20, right?
I think you have a speed of 30. But
Oh,
if
yes,
you do
I will.
move away from your target, they will get an attack of opportunity on you.
Oh, that's true. Well, but I need to get away anyway because I'm using a bow. But right, I'll try to attack this crow right there.
Alright, if you're attacking while you're engaged in melee, you will attack at disadvantage.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Roll to hit.
The only reason his speed would be so slow is if he couldn't. He didn't have the strength for his armor.
So yeah, you fire your longbow into this like flock of ravens. This is not a single raven. Like each of these tokens represents a big flock of crows. Sorry, not ravens, crows flying about. And you actually pick off a single bird, but the flock itself barely seems affected.
All right.
That was your turn, I guess.
Indeed.
Rest in peace, Dimly.
No,
So, yeah.
he's a dwarf. He'll handle it.
Dimly, the scarecrow slashes at you with both of its hands, making 2 weapon attacks at you, melee attacks. One of them actually manages to catch you by surprise as you raise your shield to block the first attack. And let's see, how much did it do again? Okay, it doesn't do that much, but I do need you to roll a wisdom saving throw. As 8 points of damage are inflicted upon you. And you are instilled with an intense fear of this scarecrow. Reed.
Okay, I'm going to. I still have my bow ready, so I'm going to shoot the crow that's next to the ranger.
All right. Okay, that is a hit.
You get your
Right,
sneak
so-
attack.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm doing.
Somehow. The crows.
Yeah, you actually take the crows by surprise, killing a good number of them with a single shot. But, shooting arrows into a flock, it's still not super effective. Is there anything else you wanted to do?
Let's see, I still have a bonus and movement.
Gather the crows near me, and maybe I can get them all in one fire blast.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, well, I can't gather them near you, but
But
I think I'm.
Why don't you pretend to be a scarecrow or a friend crow?
So there's nothing I can hide. Like there's like a window. Where did you say the window was, by the way?
The window is about here.
Yeah, there. How high is it, and how big is it?
You could duck through it if you wanted to. It's like waist high.
Okay, and is it like open window, or is it like covered? Is it like glass closed?
There used to be a shutter, but the shutter has since rotted and fallen off.
Okay, then I am going to do a quick jump to the window. And
Okay.
hide behind the window.
Yeah, you can hide there. No one's seeing you. I mean, as soon as you step out, people will see you, though.
Yeah, I know, but do I roll a hide or a stealth check for that, or do I just?
Yeah, you can hide because there's no one there to see you.
Okay.
I mean, but yeah, okay. You understand the situation. Jeeves,
Am I able to shoot at point blank?
you can, but you will be at disadvantage.
Okay. I will do that actually. Or is there like just shoot for point blank.
Okay. Yeah, you actually run through a bunch of these birds. What hunter style did you pick?
Arch or no.
Well, what I am asking for specifically
Colossus
is
Slayer.
Colossus Slayer. Yes, that is what I thought you might have picked.
So I do an extra D8 damage.
Yes.
Let me roll that.
Okay, it's a total of 16 points of damage. Between these two attacks, you've cut down a significant amount of the birds in this flock. There's less than half of them remaining.
Okay, I guess I'll keep counting.
The two flocks that haven't gone yet get their turn. This one descends upon Jeeves, and this one goes for the fiery.
Oh man, you don't want to
Bright
come for
target.
me, man.
One of them attacks Jeeves, and one attacks Ja. But both of them miss terribly.
Is that one code trip?
No.
I don't know how a crow would trip.
They simply like fly straight over you. All you need to do is duck a little bit, and they just all careen over you. Ja.
I am going to step back from this crow, giving an attack of opportunity.
All right, let me roll that. It strikes you for
I walk into the
4 points of damage.
I walk into the bird that I just ducked under, and raise my hands and let the fire be unleashed from within. And I'm gonna use my ratio ability to cast. Oh, sorry about that. Ratio ability to cast Burning Hands.
That'll hit only 2 flocks if you
Yeah,
stand over there.
I don't think there was a way to get 3 of them in. If I
No.
stood there.
If you stood there, then yeah, still only 2.
Yeah, I thought so. Could I go here?
If you stood there, you could actually hit 3. And you would have taken the attack from the other flock of birds, but
Yeah, not that matters.
yeah,
what one.
doesn't make a difference.
Would a how oh, yeah, sure, okay. I'm not gonna hit the ranger or the other one, am I?
Yeah, it would target this area.
Cool, okay.
It's not an intelligence save, it's a dexterity save.
Oh, my bad, sorry. Yep, I fixed that. I don't know why.
So the birds are all going to roll dex saves.
That fucking... Oh my god.
2 of them pass.
3 damage. Suck it, guys. I look at my flames are diminished because it's dark or something.
Yeah, most of the birds manage to duck away from your flames. This one is the one that takes full damage. The others not so much. Right, 2 more flocks of crows get to go. The one that you just stepped away from
I have to be up for 2 seconds.
Closes with you again.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Making its attack at a 12.
Fucking hits, god damn it.
Striking you for another 4 points of damage.
Good thing
For
I
a total of...
massively good at my HP. Yeah, BRB now.
Okay. Oh yeah, the other one was the one on offer whack. So that one makes another go at you, but you are well protected. Dimly.
I'm going to use my attack roll again.
Okay.
Is it considered a fiend at all, or undead? The scarecrow?
You don't know without using a sense to detect that.
Okay, well, I'll just try this.
Okay, yeah, you slash into it.
And I will use Divine Smite as my bonus action.
All right, roll 2 d8. Okay, nice. Yeah, you slash into the straw of this thing. The straw tumbles to the ground uselessly, and the black tendrils underneath actually seems to kind of recoil as you strike them with your holy flames, but seem to hold on fairly well, regardless. One more flock of crows. That is another flock that was on Jeeves, I think. And it makes a failed attack. Offer a walk.
Right, I'll draw my melee weapon,
Okay.
and I cannot attack it, right?
Or you can. You can draw and attack at the same turn.
Well, then I'll attack this crow next to me.
Okay. All right. You swing your morning star through this flock, swatting several of the birds out of the air. The flock is still going strong on you, though. Oh, yeah, but I totally forgot about that fear that you had, Dimly.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to have to disregard that action that you did.
I have to take the action against the crows then, and just re-roll it.
Yeah, you can use the same roll against the crows if you like.
I'm not going to use the Divine Smite against them.
Okay, so you just slash into them with your battle axe.
Okay.
The scarecrow is going to make its attacks against you once again, striking twice in melee. But this time, you fend off his attacks. Reed!
Fear is gone, right?
Yes, the fear only lasted 1 turn.
Okay.
You feel you come a little bit more to your senses. Reed, what would you like to do?
Okay. I have a question. Are you allowing flanking in this game?
No.
No. Okay. Then I'm going to shoot the same crow that I shot earlier. So the one that's to the east. Yeah, that one.
Okay. Yeah, you can make an attack with advantage because you were hidden. and sneak attack on top of that for a total of 13 points of damage. Yeah, that flock of birds is severely thinned out. There's maybe 10 of them left. Not a major concern for most people. The crows on Dimly make their attack. Actually striking you for 6 points of damage. Jeeves.
Well, I'll take another disadvantage shooting the crow that we've been focusing on.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you strike it.
And I think I still get close. So is it once per turn? It says.
Yeah. So you can do that every turn against a damaged opponent. Total of 13 points of damage, which is enough to destroy the last birds in this flock. This flock is downed and out. Let's see. Was that the flock? Yeah. Okay. Flock number 5 is out.
This is the one that's next to me.
Yes, it's just the one that is next to you that makes its attack. But you seem to be extremely good at dodging for someone with a very low AC.
Who needs mage armor anyway, right?
Exactly. Ja, what do you do?
I feel really pitiful. How weakened are the crow crowds? Because obviously I missed it. Like, are any of them, would you say, bloodied maybe?
I mean, you've only glanced them with your burning hands, and further they have been undamaged. So the flock looks to be of pretty good strength still.
And I'll look over. How's Dimbly doing with the skeleton? Is he okay?
He's taken some beatings.
I don't know how this works, but I'm going to cast Sleep.
Okay.
Oh, for fuck. God damn, my rolls.
What area do you target?
I'll be targeting this, so it's 20-foot radius.
With those birds in it.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it will reach all 4. Yeah, see that circle there with the ruler making? That's 20
Yeah.
feet there.
Okay, so you target all 4 of those flocks with your sleep spell.
Oh, shit,
And-
roll, my god. 3 ones.
Yeah, none of them are affected.
Really?
You-
None of them have less than 16 HP?
Nope. It's really unfortunate. The most weakened one has 17.
Oh my god, you're messing with me.
No, I'm deadly serious.
I feel like I'm failing as a wizard right now. Yeah, okay, well, I
But,
guess I just put my face in my hands.
Right. One more a flock attacks your face.
I feel I deserve it. No, doesn't matter.
But as you duck down to put your face in your hands, they actually all fly over you. The other one goes for Offerwalk. But Offerwalk, you are well protected, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Dimly, your turn comes around. You feel like you've overcome your fear of this scarecrow. A little bit. Yeah, you cut into him. Did you want to use your Divine Smite now?
You may have muted yourself, perhaps?
Yeah, I'm using my Divine Smite.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that. Okay. Nice. So yeah, the description is as before. Your sword itself doesn't seem to do much, but the holy light definitely burns away at it. Okay, flock number 6 is... which one is that? Is that the other one on... Can't quite remember which one I named number 6.
So I should tag them all with colours.
Yeah, I should have. A little bit disorganized. We're going to say... I mean, they're all going to go around anyway.
Yeah.
This is one that is on Jaw.
No, my guy's the last one. And
There's 2 of them on you.
Yeah, you already rolled one of them.
Oh, all right. Well, you'll get a pass on the next one then. Everyone gets an attack. We share them equally.
Okay. That's okay. I'm fine. I'm a tank, man. I'm a wizard. They've got the most HP, right?
Okay. Off for a walk. What do you want to do?
I'll move to this point, and then I'll attack the crow.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you slash away into the flock, cutting a few more birds down, but the flock still looks to be in decent shape.
Is there a way like I can use a perception check to see how many of them are still around?
Sure. Roll me a perception to get a more accurate count.
Mullah.
They're flying through each other. It's hard to get a more exact count, but you think that there's at least, there's definitely more than half of them still left alive.
Right.
Let's see if the scarecrow has any fun tricks. Okay. No, the scarecrow's just going to swing. At Dimly.
You're not rolling well tonight.
Nope. Which is good for you guys. Reed. Your turn. Roguish person?
Sorry about that. Which flock looks smaller from my position? That's like next to our wizard.
The one a little bit more northern looks slightly weaker. Like that one failed its burning hand save, and the other one succeeded.
You smell more burnt crow from that one.
Okay. Well, from my window, can I see that?
You don't quite have an angle.
And if I move here?
Like your maximum angle is like right out here.
You could shoot me.
Like you have a 90% view angle from the window, if you get what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Then 2, 3. And I'm going to attack that crow then.
All right. Okay, yeah, you slash into the flock that was messing with Jeeves. Do you make an offhand attack as well?
You couldn't bring out in
Yep.
time, could he?
Hmm?
Because he had his bow in his hand. I thought he could only bring out.
Yeah, technically you can only draw one weapon per turn.
It's like a feat for drawing them both at the same time, isn't there?
Yeah, there's it's part of the dual wielder feat to be able to draw them both. You're technically right. So we'll leave it at the 10 damage that you do.
Okay.
I'll try and rule Lawyer in favor of his next.
All right. So now the flock that is on Dimly gets to have their turn. But your AC is 18, correct?
19.
19. All right. Yeah, you are easily protected against their beaks and claws as they try to find any flesh to peck away at. Jeeves.
So quick question. For that Colossal, does that work for melee weapons too?
Yes.
Okay.
Any weapon attack.
Okay. Actually, I'll just attack it and take the lesser of two.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No problem. You hit it.
And here's the D8.
Okay, for a total of 11 damage.
I'd like to make a perception check to see if how many is left.
Okay. Yeah, you look through the flock. The flock that you're facing looks to be under half strength. But that is the best count you can get.
Okay.
Right. Who hasn't gotten an attack on them this turn yet? I think it is you, right? Jeeves?
No, yeah, this crow hasn't attacked me.
Yeah, so you get an attack on you, which strikes you for 6 points of damage.
Ouch.
You get a little bit of an advantage from me messing up the turn order. Ja, what would you like to do?
Do they do less damage when they're weaker?
Yes.
That's nifty. I've never seen that before. I want to cry again. That's my lack of skill as a wizard. And give it another shot, shall we?
Okay. Well, what area are you targeting this time?
I will include the same area, and I will include the Reed in this.
All right, Reed, what is your HP?
I can't disclude him.
How much HP do you have?
18.
18. Okay. Well, you are unaffected by the sleep. But this flock that you were fighting, they all drop from the sky, snoring.
Do they take falling damage and immediately wake up?
No. They kind of land and actually, like, they don't instantly drop unconscious. They actually land and go to sleep.
Oh. Perhaps you guys can come aid me now that those guys are asleep.
Right.
And then I'll cover my head with my hands.
All
Try
right.
and
2
dodge
flocks
them.
attack. This one attacks at Offrowalk. And this one at Ja. The one on Ja deals 7 points of damage.
Just tanking 20 damage, you guys. This is ridiculous. Thank God I didn't take average HP or I'd be dead right now.
Dimly.
I am going to attack the Scarecrow again.
All right. Yeah, no
And
problem.
Divine Smite.
Slash into him. Okay. Now you cut away more straw, but the tendrils underneath seem to recoil more from your holy light than from the actual impact of your axe.
Cough, Dimly. I need your healing hand.
All right. So crow number 6 is actually the crow that has fallen asleep. I'll do the turn order right this time. So Offrowalk, it is your turn.
Okay, I'll keep on bashing at these crows.
All right. Okay, you swat a few more of them out of the air, but it is slow going to defeat this flock by just swinging with your weapon.
Okay, I'm going to risk an attack AO. I'll try to rush for Dimly.
Okay. Here's your attack of opportunity. That's a miss. You can move, about that far, jumping over a low wooden fence in the meanwhile without any issue.
Don't worry, Dimly. Help's on the way.
The scarecrow takes 2 more swings in the direction of Dimly, trying to find a weakness in his armor.
Ooh,
Oh man.
that one hurts.
Striking you with the first attack worth 10 points of damage. And I need that wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
Right. The second attack deals another 6 points of damage. And you are instilled with a deathly fear of this horrid creature as its tendrils pierce your skin, dealing powerful blows. Reed.
Move there and swing at the one that looks weaker. That one.
Okay. Okay.
Reed, you've come to my rescue. No,
One second, hold on. I get to reroll both of those.
Yeah,
the
being a halfling, you don't do this sort of one rolling. So just roll another attack, and we'll use that one. Okay, that is a hit.
If you flip the 9,
is waving.
Okay, so that's 13 points of damage.
Offhand.
Yep. Is the offhand set up correctly to not use the stats? I can't
Yeah,
tell.
I rolled the second one, so it was just a 1d6, or it should have been.
It's already got a +3 in it.
What?
Your offhand has the +3 in it.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't?
It shouldn't.
Let me check out the sheet, then I'll be able to tell.
I rolled the second one, so.
Okay, yeah, it looks fine. And it's definitely a possible result. So we're just going to go with it. For a total of 18 points of damage, you stab into this flock of birds repeatedly, picking many of them off. But not all. The crows that have been relentlessly trying to get into Dimly's armor try one more time.
But only managed to bounce off.
Yeah, they keep scratching away at your chain. Don't manage to get through. Jeeves.
I quickly yell out to Jar, what would help you more, healing or killing the crow?
Healing! So then I can kill the crow. I'll be fine.
Okay, well, I'll move here and cast Cure Wounds. I'm not sure how to do this.
Gavis, you're so good.
I don't think I did that right. Sorry. It's supposed to be 1d8 plus.
If you type
Plus your wisdom modifier.
D8,
Yep.
yeah. You got a ticket on the thing if you've already plugged in.
Well, are you casting it as a level 1 or a level 2?
He can only cast level 1 as a ranger
Yeah, I can only cast.
of this level. So just simply type a /roll 1d8 plus whatever your wisdom modifier is.
Yeah.
I agree. God damn it. Feel your holy light enthuse me. I'm less likely to die on the next hit now. Ever so grateful.
So the few crows that not few, there's actually a good number of them, but they turn on a Reed after he's cut into them, and they descend back upon you,
That's a hit.
striking you for 5 points of damage.
Okay.
Jean.
I am going to cast, realizing that Dimbly's shaking in fear and believing that my comrades have got this. I'm going to turn towards the skeleton, ignoring the pitiful crows as they're clearly not totally destroying me, and point a finger at him and murmur some words and cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Alright. It's not a strength save, I think.
Oh, for God's truth. I think it's when I converted it over, it messed up. And I didn't.
Yeah. Alright. So it's a
That's
wisdom save. Let me see. What kind of a wisdom save does he have? It's +0. Okay, let me see if he's... let's see. Is there any reason why he should be immune to this?
If he can't fall down, I think. But he still ends up laughing. Just
Let's
not
see if target become incapacitated. Alright, let me see if I gave him that. Is immune to blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah. So he does succumb to fits of laughter, but his pole remains stuck in the ground. He doesn't fall over.
push his pole over.
He is just laughing hysterically.
Oh my god, it's the witch.
If you focus on the crows, the skeleton will just enjoy my funny joke. Hopefully.
Alright, so 2 more flocks of crows. The one that was left behind after Offerwalk ran away, actually chases after him and makes its attack.
Nope.
Not doing much.
I slapped them with my shield. Bloody buggers.
The other one tries to peck out the eyes of Ja.
Ah, yes.
Rolling terribly.
My eyes are hidden by the flame that's enshrouds me.
Dimly.
I am going to do lay on hands on myself
Okay.
for the full 15.
Okay. You heal for 15 hit points.
Then, can I, as a bonus action, can I try to do a Arcana on the Scarecrow?
Sure. What kind of things are you trying to divine?
I'm trying to figure out what it is.
Okay.
A scarecrow.
Damn, I should have done that.
No.
Sorry, you haven't encountered anything like this before.
It was worth a shot.
He's never seen a scarecrow before.
Not one like this. That crow flock is asleep, so Offerwalk, your turn.
Right, I'll get another attack of opportunity here and try to get behind this scarecrow.
All right.
Sleep lasts a minute.
Nope, they failed. And then I'll attack the scarecrow.
Oh my god.
All right. You slam your Morningstar into its hay, destroying a part of the hay, but the tendrils underneath, again, don't seem to be too affected.
He gets another save and throw with advantage.
Okay. Let me roll.
Don't listen to Focus. Focus the crows while he's laughing. Oh my god, yes, he failed anyway.
Alright. So he keeps laughing. Spends its entire turn laughing. And Reed, it is your turn. Oh, clicked a little bit too far. But it is your turn, Reed.
That was way too close to me wasting a spell there, Grumble.
I'm going to cast. I'm going to attack the same one I attacked earlier.
Okay. Does it get a turn save at the end of its turn regardless?
Yeah, but it would. It didn't even have a turn yet of having not an action. So at the end of its turn, it would have got another save.
Yeah,
you have to roll another
right
save.
now.
Yeah.
But that is not an advantage save.
No.
Okay. Let me roll one more save. Okay, it stops laughing now.
Yeah.
Reed, it is your turn. And you attack with your short sword, I see.
With that
which-
first.
Yeah, that definitely hits for 16 points. Okay. Yeah, you cut down the entirety of this flock that you had been hitting with just that first attack and the sneak.
Alright, then I'm going to offhand the second one.
Okay. Ooh, yeah, you cut right through the air as the birds
Oh,
disperse.
That doesn't make. I get to re-roll that one, don't I?
Oh, yeah. And then you realize, wait, I'm never this unlucky.
Holy shit! That power's ridiculous.
And instead, you slash a couple of the birds, and they drop from the sky.
That's not a halfling ability?
Yeah, that's a halfling ability. Every time they roll a 1, they get re-roll.
That's
It's not every
ridiculous.
one, though. It's certain ones, like saving throws, attack rolls.
Basically all 1s. Except for any 1 on a d20, not a 1 on damage. Alright, these crows that have been trying to get through Dimley's armor for the past half a minute or so continue to attempt to do so. But
And it doesn't.
he just is too well armored for them. Jeeves,
I will attack this girl that's in front of Czar. So I don't get a disadvantage here, or
no.
do I get an advantage?
No.
Okay.
Your arrow flies through the flock without connecting with any of the birds.
And I'll move here.
Okay. And Ja, your turn. Ja?
Oh, sorry, my apologies. I just zoned out for a second there. I am going to not willing to waste any more of my. Well, I guess I could. Yeah, my magic. I'm just gonna swing with the quarterstaff that I carry at all times that I haven't mentioned, and wield it with 2 hands since I'm not casting anything. Fucking nailed it.
You swat a single bird, and it careens to the ground.
I shake my head. Sadly, my magic isn't good, and neither is my skill with the stuff.
With the stick. Okay. Okay, so that bird that was on you continues to pursue. An
Oh,
18.
man. That's a hit.
Okay. It actually strikes you for the first time, I think.
Yeah.
For 8 points of damage.
Oh man. Right.
The other birds continue to try and peck away at Jaw. For a total damage of 5 points.
I'm okay. Thank you for your heal because that saved my life.
Dimly, You are dimly aware of your companions being pecked at.
Oh.
He's dimly aware of himself.
Mr. Dwarf Paladin person,
Hi, how's it going?
it is your
Attacking
turn.
the scarecrow again.
Okay. Okay, yeah. That is a
Divine
hit.
smite for the last time.
For the last time, I smite ye.
How much damage you've done to this guy? Oh my god.
Okay, yeah,
Boom.
that is a powerful strike. Delivered to this thing. Like you cut a gash right into its straw chest, and like, a lot of the straw filling actually falls out, and you see more of these dark tendrils behind it. But otherwise, it still seems like it's combat capable.
I feel like we're just gonna turn into stage 2, guys.
Off for a walk.
Right. Is there a way like I could push away or throw down the scarecrow?
You can try.
Um,
If you want to try something like that, roll me an athletics check.
athletics.
And that is going to be contested by his acrobatics.
That doesn't seem good. Oh,
But isn't he stuck inside the ground?
He is stuck inside the ground, and you don't manage to pull him out, or pull him over, or get him down to the ground.
perhaps if Dimly assisted me.
Perhaps if he did. But it is now the Scarecrow's turn. And let's see, can he do anything fun? Yeah, I suppose he could do that. So he laughs out as like black fog starts to spill from both his hands, covering a large area around him in an impenetrable black darkness. Everyone within 15 feet of the Scarecrow is enveloped in darkness and cannot see.
Perfect.
Reed.
Okay. Down here, attack the one that's attacking the wizard.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
Okay, yeah, that's 13 plus.
So, hold on. Do I roll a 4d6 for sneak attack?
Yes, you do.
Man, rogues are OP in this.
All right. So
I
with
think
your
that's
28
crazy.
points of damage, you almost completely decimate this nearly healthy flock. There's like 5 birds left.
oh yes, I'm gonna kill steal.
Oh, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, all me.
Yeah, that's the offhand.
Right, your offhand kills another 2 of these birds. There are still 2 remaining. It's not really a flock anymore, rather a pair.
Okay.
The crows that were have basically taken roost on Dimley's back now. They can't see in the dark, but they're going to continue to try and peck away at you. Now at disadvantage for not being able to see.
Well, if they didn't hit before.
Jeeves, you are just outside this black fog. You can't see anything of what is going on inside there.
So I'm gonna shoot at this. Oh, I'm in ruler mode. This crow over here.
Okay. Yeah, it is literally one crow or two at this point.
Damn it.
It's a small target though, and you're. We've already established that you're not actually that great of an archer at the archery competition, and you're you strike a hay bale.
I lift up my magical my cool ass quiver, feel like kind of just lifting it in the air and waving it around.
All right. Don't know if they're impressed by that, but Jar, it is your turn.
I start playing the baseball music. What is it? How's it go? You know that when you hit a home run, I start like winding it up and I go. No.
That's a
I did not have
one wide.
Right. What's the baseball theme? The baseball theme tune.
I don't have it prepared, unfortunately. But that is a wide on the baseball swing.
That one.
Alright. Crows that can't see stuff try to hurt off her walk.
How did I not have inspiration yet? My god.
And the two remaining crows try to continue to hurt Jaw, but they are too distracted by the
music.
Dimly, you can't see anything.
I'm gonna swing wildly.
All right.
But
damn.
Okay. Yeah, you slash at it, regardless of not being able to see it, actually cutting into it. And it's gonna make a save. Alright, the darkness vanishes. As you break this thing's concentration.
You know it's our.
Alright, Crow's asleep, off for a walk. The darkness has receded, and you can see normally again.
Can I shout to Timley to help me on grounding this scarecrow?
I'll assist.
Alright,
That's-
Dimly, you can forego your own turn, your own next turn, to help him right now, if you want.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. So together you're going to try and uproot this skeleton, this scarecrow.
It's athletics, right?
Yes, and you can roll with advantage because you're being helped. Alright, it's gonna
Not that you
try.
needed it.
It's gonna try to avoid this fate, but yeah, you pull it out of the ground and drop it to the ground, and it's laying there now. But you don't have an attack anymore this turn.
Right.
And it is now its turn. And it would be quite mean of me to say it just gets up again.
But isn't it tied to the poles? How can it?
And it doesn't indeed work itself up. It is laying on the ground. Black tendrils kind of start snaking out of its what is left of its arms, and they spike out suddenly in all directions around him, striking every target within 10 feet. Which means those two flocks of crows and both of you.
Right.
I need strength saving throws from both of you as I roll them for these birds.
Rep the crows.
Wait, that should be -2. Anyway, one of them succeeds and one of them doesn't. Both of you succeed. So, you guys take half of 7 damage. You take 3 damage each. This flock over here also saved and takes 3. This flock didn't save, takes 7 points, and is severely weakened. That's the flock near Offerwalk. Reed.
Please kill these before they kill me.
These 2 birds just murdering Shaw. You stab them and they die without even needing to sneak.
I have taken a ridiculous amount of damage.
Your tank wizard has held up well.
That's 16 con though. Saved the day.
Yeah, that's the Ganassi for you with the plus con.
Mm-hmm.
Read anything else? Okay, you go up there. And you take a swipe at that set of birds. Not connecting with any of them, unfortunately. These birds, by the way, they have had enough of trying to hit Dimly. They are so fed up with it. They turn to Reed and try to see if he is an easier target. And immediately, immediately they start rolling better. And deal 3 plus 3 is 6 points of damage. Jeeves.
Should I worry about the flock down there?
It's been like 4 or 5 rounds since I cast it. 4 rounds. That's been very long.
Okay. Well, I'll let you deal with them. I'm gonna shoot it. Actually, I'm gonna Hunter's Mark the Scarecrow,
Okay.
and I think that's all my action, right?
No, it's a bonus action. You can still attack.
You
Okay.
could eat that cabbage.
You said eat the cabbage.
Don't eat raw
Yes.
cabbage.
I'm pretty sure that's like rotten. Okay, anyways. So yeah, I'll hit the Scarecrow.
Okay. That is unfortunately not a hit. As your
Why am
arrow
I not-
style.
Oh no, nothing. Sorry.
I guess it's Jaw's turn then, unless you wanted to move anywhere. Okay. Jaw.
Oh, yeah, I'll move up and use Produce Flame. Can I attack with Produce Flame the same time I create it? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay.
You can throw it as you make it.
So I will do that and throw it at the scale, not skeleton, the tendrily dark monster, and I'm like, you just stay there, Giveth. That seems like a good place to stand.
Your mote of flame flies high over its head.
I guess he was prone anyway. I shouldn't have attacked him. I just
He is
feel-
prone indeed.
I just look like, again, I feel like I'm letting the wizard kind down this night.
Alright.
It's okay, man. I know how you feel. I've been missing my arrows.
This flock is dead. The flock that has been trying to get the better of Offerwalk continues to try.
Hit again.
Alright. Thanks to these dark tendrils, though, they have been damaged quite a bit and don't hurt nearly as badly anymore, only dealing you 1 point of damage. Dimly.
I forgot. Remember, I forgot my action.
Oh yes, that's right. Crows are asleep. Offerwalk.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack the scarecrow.
Okay, yeah. Attack with advantage, because he's on the ground. He's not
Put him on the ground.
he's not hard to hit anymore.
He's not a scarecrow.
Ooh.
Right, you slam your Morningstar right into its straw face, ripping away the straw covering and seeing more dark tendrils underneath.
I feel we're making him stronger by the minute.
Yep. Level 2. Stage 2, the boss. Incoming. That's how I feel too.
All right. Okay, let's see what he can do. All right, he's not going to do any of that. That doesn't seem any help. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I'm having to browse through his spells for a moment.
You know, we were kind of the aggressors here. He was just sitting in his pumpkin patch, and we decided to traipse on through.
Right. He just claws once at Offerwalk and once at Dimly. Actually striking Dimly. So Dimly, can you roll me a wisdom saving throw? You've had enough of this thing. You are no longer afraid. It is on the ground. It didn't even deal that much damage. You take 4 points. Read.
How big are these pumpkins in the area?
Like regular pumpkin size. They're like the size of your head.
Oh, okay. Well, I am going to...
Probably bigger than his head.
Yeah, bigger than his head. He's a halfling.
I am going to disengage.
As a bonus action, or just...
Bonus action.
Okay.
Move over here. And then shoot that crow.
Wait, the crow that just attacked you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello,
That flock is still looking in great condition, but you look to change that.
Oh, actually, how's the other flock? Like, how big is that one?
That one is like down to a third of its size, at least.
Okay, then I'm going to get that one instead.
Okay.
And how long till the other flock wakes up?
Ages, another 5 rounds, I think.
Yeah. It'll take a little bit more. Ooh, that is not a hit.
Attack.
That's my turn then.
All right. These crows, disappointed that you have left their range, turn back to their favorite snack that they've been trying to get to all evening, but just seems futile.
It's in like a metal box.
Yeah. This scarecrow that is on the ground and attacks less effectively than they do, he can hit, but not them. Jeeves.
So do I get advantage of shooting this scarecrow since he's on the ground?
You get advantage for attacking him in melee, but disadvantage for attacking him on the ground since he's actually like a sniper laying on his belly. He's harder to hit.
I see.
I don't actually think it's attacking from melee, it's attacking within 5 feet. It gets you advantage.
Yeah,
You
alright.
could walk right up to him.
That is from within melee.
I
Range.
suppose you're right.
Does that hit?
That does hit.
Okay. So I'll roll a d8 and a d6.
Yep.
And I'd also like to... I don't know what check is it to see if my arrows are actually doing damage. Insight? No.
Well, your arrows are doing something to the creature, most definitely. It is like the tendrils are becoming less extended, and they start to shrink back a little bit into it as you strike.
I guess I'm trying to guess. I'm sorry, I said like if they're doing full damage, like.
It doesn't look like you're doing full damage, but you're doing something.
Okay.
Jean.
Barden, crows, Barden. Never mind. Move on. Move on.
All right. The crows decide to never mind that.
Oh.
The crows on Offerwalk try to get at him, but unsuccessfully. Dimly, you have overcome your fear of this thing.
It must die.
You slam your axe into it, but not with the most effectiveness. Dealing a little bit of damage, though. Crows 6 are still asleep. Off for a walk.
They're actually going to fucking wake up before we're done.
I'll have another go at this scarecrow.
All right. So you slam your morning star into the scarecrow, ripping away the last bit of straw, holding these black tendrils back. And as you do so, they spike out in all directions once again, and I need strength saves from anyone within 10 feet.
Strength save?
Yes.
The demon held within. The witch clearly enchanted the skeleton to hold it.
Alright, the crows fail and you guys succeed. You guys take half, and the crows take full of 7 damage. Reducing
So we take 3.
outright destroying the flock that was on Afrowalk.
I was.
And damaging the one on Dimly.
We only
severely.
took 3 damage, right? Team
Yes, you've taken 3. After it bursts out, it evaporates into the night air, and the scarecrow stops moving.
You did it.
Oh no, wait guys, this crow could like solo as all. Nat 20s every time.
Reed.
Oh, I'm gonna shoot the one that's attacking Dimly. Big Crow.
Okay. That is a hit. For 11 points of damage. This flock is reduced to below half.
So wait, is the scarecrow gone? Like, it's no longer there?
It's still laying there in
But
pieces.
The
No longer
demon's
active?
gone.
No longer active.
Then can you crush it out?
Does that make you feel more comfortable?
Yes.
And then it comes back! And then it goes down again. Alright, the last remaining flock of crows tries to do what it's been trying to do all evening.
Nope.
Nope. Jeeves.
Shoot at the crows.
Use your bonus action to move Hunter's Mark.
Yes, you
Do
can
I
move
wanna
your
move-
hunter's mark to a new target.
Oh, I
Because your
can?
old target is dead. Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll move it to the crow then.
Okay.
That's in front of or behind Gimli now. Yes, or in
Yep.
front.
Okay.
So
roll,
I think
roll all your bonuses.
Colossus Slayers have a ridiculous number of dots, man. What the hell?
Alright, so that's a total of 20 points of damage, which is enough to demolish this last flock of birds.
With 1 arrow.
With 1 arrow, you just run straight through all the remaining birds.
They all lined up in one moment.
they line up
You,
perfect.
you waited for the perfect moment, like time slowed down, as all the birds that are flying around in this flock seem to line up. Just at the moment your arrow reached them. As you fired it, it looked like a total mess, but your mind projected it a second later. And as your arrow reached it,
Yeah, but they couldn't hit the steel scarecrow, right?
no,
Oh, that's too hard.
no. I mean, don't be, ridiculous.
This is not a fairy tale, you know?
Well, I move up here and then try to pick up the pumpkin.
I would like to end my turn by, or start my turn by raising my quarterstaff and furiously hitting the pumpkin. Can I get a crossed out X on that? Or do I have to roll to try and hit that? Because I'm not going to hit it if I do.
Roll a hit. Yes.
Oh, fuck, crit the pumpkin. Okay. Rip.
While I bring the pumpkin into the token layer. So you
kill a
furiously
pumpkin.
smash beside the pumpkin.
The ground not even furiously smashes overkill a slightly tough.
Were you just caressing the pumpkin or something?
You stroke the pumpkin with your staff.
How many seconds till that crow comes back up?
Like 10.
Okay, so do you want everyone? Alright, so I'm talking to the rest of my party. Do you just all want to ready in action, right? When like to attack it?
Why don't I just smash this pumpkin? I'm gonna bring and run to the crow.
You know, I'm fine with you guys saying you murdered this last murder of crows.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, we have to get creative.
All right, if you guys want to roleplay it out, that's fine by me.
I just wail in the pumpkin the entire like trying to hit it and never succeed.
Alright, so you all surround this flock. As it finally starts to, like the birds finally start to come to, raising their heads from that they wait, that's the wrong icon. Raising their heads from that they'd stuck in between their wings, and they look up around.
we should question it, guys.
They see 4 people standing around them.
And they fly upwards and flee.
Yes, they're gonna try and do that.
Well, whatever ready action we have, like I'm gonna bring like
All
both-
your ready
Yeah,
actions
well, they're
go
trying
off.
to fly. Yeah, we won't let them.
No, because we have a ready action go off. When they get out of range, they get another attack opportunity.
No, you can only have one reaction. Readied action is
Okay.
also a reaction.
Yeah, we're gonna just bring off, all of our fury down on these crows.
All right. Yeah, roll me all the attacks.
Right.
Okay. Everyone messes up these birds. They die in a hail of blows and arrows. And Shah manages to hit a pumpkin. It's not destroyed. Let me make clear to you what you've done.
We've released an ancient power that will haunt us forever.
I
Here.
think it's already cursed me. So.
No, it cursed your dice.
I have given you a helpful indication of how much you've damaged the pumpkin.
After I walk away. I'm done. Okay, guys. I'm out. I think the adventuring time of me is. Things are telling me that I'm not suited for this. I'll go back to abusing.
Our wizard did nothing.
I dealt like 7 damage total this fight.
Well, you technically knocked out a bird, right?
Yeah, he knocked out one bird.
Yeah, one bird was slightly singed by my fire. So I ran into it. I guess
Well,
I put
you're
that one to
a
sleep,
great
too.
tank, though.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that was like over 25 damage there. So
So is Dimly.
Now, normally we would be reaching about the end of the adventure at this point, but you guys have spent so long investigating that it's going to be a little while. How much time do you guys have left to play?
I have like 2 hours left.
I actually don't have much time. I gotta
Yeah, I
go to
pretty
bed
much
soon.
have to go straight away. It's
All right.
3 AM right now.
All right, then we'll just wrap it up here with the murder of crows.
Oh, I like that. That's good. That's good. Murder crows, get it? Because that's what you call a group of crows.
Yep.
And
Can you
we'll
reveal-
say that there was an interesting plot twist at the end. That
You should tell us.
It was us all along.
Yes. It was the
nah,
pumpkin.
it was all a distraction.
It was a pumpkin all along. Ah.
So
Well,
who
that
was it?
fun.
I'm glad that you had fun.
Like
I hope
all-
that the battle was epic enough.
everything up to the fight I joined.
Yeah, with that tanky dimly.
Dimly was just OP.
Fucking 19 ACOP.
He
So
stood
what
in
were
the
they
face of
exactly
danger and then
Sorry?
What were they exactly fighting? That tentacle thing.
A scarecrow.
Scarecrow is an actual monster in the monster manual, but this was a beefed up Scarecrow.
Okay.
I gave it some spellcasting ability and a few more.
Yeah,
I
Gareth.
see you fucking gave it counterspell. Yeah, I noticed
Gareth.
that.
No, I didn't invent that. I did write beforehand what it had.
Oh, fucking good.
Yeah, after we killed it, I just had to look it up. I was like, a scarecrow shouldn't have this much abilities.
No. I thought that like a regular Scarecrow from the book would not have been a suitably epic opponent. So I souped it up a bit.
Yeah, I saw
beforehand.
that.
So then the other question: that basket of apples he has underneath the scarecrow,
Yes.
is that involved in the story?
Yes.
Okay.
You should tell us the ending.
yeah, I used like a
Actually, I also
storyteller.
want to know the ending.
All right. Well, the ending depends on you guys, because there's a good ending and a bad ending that you can achieve depending on whether you realize what the plot is before it's too late.
Well, he saw the apples. Good ending then.
Probably like detect magic or something here, and then I had no way to run after that.
It's a plot to take over the town. Turn them all
Yeah,
undead.
we go back, kill everyone, take over the town.
Yeah, I think we set
There's
ourselves up
taxes.
there.
The other question is, what's with the other crow? I think in the other field.
Yeah, I noticed that too. This guy over here.
Oh crap! So there's two.
That other crow is eating a fish.
It looks like
What
a
is
skull.
that on him? Is that his skull, or is he on a skull?
He's sitting on a skull.
Okay.
Where did he get the fish?
I don't know, but as you closer inspect it, it looks to be a red herring.
It's a poison.
I just. You're so funny.
Oh, see you guys.
Video.
All right. Those of you that have to go, thank you for playing.
Yep, see ya.
Right, goodbye, man.
Thanks for the game.
Great playing with you.
Yeah.
Hey man, thanks for the game.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I have one last thing to say before we go. I kept a spell slot the entire time in combat to use shield, right? At any point in which you attacked me that didn't go +5 above me, at not one point did you ever roll a hit that wasn't +5. Apart from the first one, I was like, oh, I don't want to use that because I forgot about it. But then from that point on, I was like, oh my god, fuck me. Terrible. But yeah, now I'm going to go off to bed and I'll end the stream. So thank you everyone who watched. We had 3 viewers the entire time. Went up to 9 earlier on in the evening. So that was good. Popular. And then I'll stick this on YouTube and send you guys the link as well.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, send me a message and
Yeah, we'll do. Thanks for DMing. Thanks for playing, guys. And maybe, I don't know, Jar will be more involved in more adventures in the future. Bye bye.
Yeah, it was a pleasure playing with you, man. Bye.
all right. See you all later.